You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
And we are so glad that you are watching, and we are so glad to be here at long last. It is Friday Night Rivals. Good evening, everyone. From Gulf Breeze High School, I'm Christian Garman alongside Jeff Price. We're so glad to be bringing you high school football again this season. Like so many other things this year, it will be a little bit different, our coverage. For starters, Jeff, we're starting about a month later than we expected. Of course, a shortened season because of COVID. And then on top of that, we would have started last week, but Hurricane Sally delayed us yet another week. So now we are here. We'll be here for the next 7 weeks. Our first game is tonight. It's Milton at Gulf Breeze, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. We'll talk, Jeff, about the game, but some other changes you can look for this year. You know, we traditionally had a sideline reporter in the name of social distancing, in the name of caution. We're not going to have a sideline reporter this year. We've traditionally had that reporter with the players and the coaches doing interviews. We're going to do interviews with the coaches from up here in the booth. So we're doing our best. As you can see, we've got a nice big piece of plastic here dividing Jeff and I, which is something I've been asking for years. I'm glad that had nothing to do with COVID, but we are certainly glad you're with us. So, Jeff, we've gotten those sort of specifics as it relates to COVID out of the way. Now let's talk some football. I know perhaps more so than me, you are so pumped that we are finally back in this booth. We've got Milton at Gulf Breeze. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's two completely different teams when you look at the sides of the spectrum on this. For Milton, Coach Lee's, we know what he did at West Florida Tech, taking that team deep in the playoffs for so many years. He's been building that program at Milton. They were 5-5 last year, so close to beating teams like Escambia, Catholic, Navarre. I mean, they were on the edge of beating those teams last year, couldn't get over the hump. I tell you what, this team this year, they're hungry, and I'm telling you, this team can go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Jeff and I actually rode over to the game together, and we were talking about the game, obviously, and you clearly have a lot of faith in this Milton team. So now let's talk a little bit about Gulf Breeze. They led, of course, by their starting quarterback, senior Ryland McCurdy, who has a big arm. Because they've had a terrific running game for the last few years, he has not had to use it as much, but I talked to Coach Clayton the other night, and I think this may be the year they unleash that arm a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, Ryland's got to get a little more accurate. He has a big-time arm, but you know Coach Clayton, his staff, his whole crew out here, this squad is ready. They're at home tonight. They're going to be a feisty bunch. They're trying to find their identity. It's going to be tough sledding, though.
All right, so now let's get to it. Let's do the Northwest Florida State College keys to victory. What does Milton need to do tonight to win?
Oh, let that defense eat. I mean, Marquise Robinson, the Auburn commit, I mean, he is a monster up front at 300 pounds. Trevor Lunsford coming off surgery. Trevor Lunsford's got an All-American invite to the Blue-Gray game over at AT&T Stadium. This defense is ramped up and ready to go.
All right, so how about Gulf Breeze? What do they need to do to pull out the victory?
They've got to find that offensive line. It's key on the offensive line tonight. I think Ryland McCurdy, we know they're talented. Hepworth, all those guys, they're going to be good to go. But can that offensive line slow that defensive front? It's going to be a tough one.
I guess the big question is, will that Milton defense get a chance to eat? Jeff, thank you. Appreciate the analysis. He'll be giving it to us all year long. We're certainly so glad you are with us. And finally, after the wait, 2 minutes from now, it's kickoff time.
Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We are live. We are back. They are on the field, and looks like we're just about ready to go here. Milton will receive. They've got Lamonte Cunningham and Raymond Cottrell in the back there. One of those two gentlemen ready to make a play, and I think we'll be saying Cottrell's name a lot tonight. Terrific upstart.
Here's Trevor Lunsford.
And they're not going to give him a chance. A little bit of a pooch kick there. Fielded at the 30. Returned to about the 33-yard line. Number 6. That was Will Weekly. So put 3 yards in the column for Mr. Weekly, and we're ready to roll. Jeff, I don't think they wanted to give either of those two guys a chance to make a return.
No, I don't blame him either. Raymond Cottrell, by the way, is the sophomore, young kid. This kid got an offer from Florida State. Okay, I know that may not mean a whole lot to a lot of people right now. In 8th grade, got an offer to Florida State. He is a big-time receiver for him.
I think the key there is in 8th grade.
Yes.
Tyler Buchanan, the quarterback for Milton, but we've got flags right away.
Wouldn't be 2020 without a flag to start off.
Well, you know, Jeff, that is worth noting because remember, so it's a false start. Remember, they had 1 week of practice, then came Sally, so they didn't get another week, and now it's a game week. Talking to Coach Clayton the other night, Gulf Breeze coach Bobby Clayton, and he said, look, I think the first few weeks are going to be sloppy all over Northwest Florida because we haven't had anywhere near the amount of practice, and that goes back to spring practice. So let's take a look at our Milton starters here, as Milton, of course, is on offense. And there you can see Buchanan, as I said, leads the offense with Cunningham, Cottrell, Hall, Current, Brooks Yarborough, who you mentioned is somebody to look out for tonight, Hamill, Randolph, Frizzle, Blackwell, and thanks to Pete Moore for bringing us those starters.
Here we go.
Yeah, Buchanan wants to throw, not going to be able to. A little bit of a high step there, and still on his feet. Never went down. Heck of a run there.
Yeah, this is going to be feisty, too. When you look at these squads, you see them already. They're fired up. Gulf Breeze, look, Gulf Breeze gets disrespected quite a bit. You see our Pete and Heaton and air conditioning right here. Instant replay. Tyler Buchanan, he's a good quarterback for him. Now, they've got to find an identity early. What are they going to run the football? I mean, they've got Lamonte Cunningham. They got Terrell Brooks Yarborough. Are they going to throw the football to Raymond Cottrell? They've got plenty of athletes all over the field. The defense has been really good for Milton, obviously, in the coming years. But it's a matter of what is this offense going to be this year.
And there you can see the starting lineup for the Gulf Breeze defense. Again, that's brought to us by Pete Moore. And they are ready to get after it. Coach talked about their defense being a feisty bunch, as you've intoned. Rolling out, got a man over the middle there. That's number 2 on
Cam
the catch.
Hall right there.
Big gainer. So the false start cost them right off the bat, but it didn't slow them down much as they now cross midfield.
Yeah, I tell you what, he had Comontre Current open on looks like an out route there, but I tell you what, great patience, steps up in the pocket, gets away from the pressure, and finds Cam Hall. Cam Hall, that's a name you're going to be talking about a lot on offense and defense tonight.
So 1st and 10 now from about the 49. Buchanan throwing deep, and a beautiful pass wide open.
There he is.
Forget about it. That's Raymond Cottrell. That's a touchdown, and that's a big play and a big start for Milton. Beautiful strike and a great throw.
6'2", 215, the sophomore. Once again, this is the young man I just talked about. This is fantastic. In 8th grade, he gets an offer from Florida State. Okay, that means something. I don't care what anybody says about Florida State. You get a Power 5 offer, and you're in 8th grade. I tell you what, and he looked just like that in 8th grade, too.
That's an Ascend Performance Materials touchdown, our first of the season, and we may be saying that all night long, as that didn't take long for Milton. Just, a couple minutes into the game here.
Tell you what, good to see Milton opening it up, throwing the football right there. Buchanan looks good.
Low snap, handled nicely.
Beautiful.
Kick is up, kick is good, just like that. 7-0, so we are underway, and so is Milton. It's Friday Night Rivals. We're glad you're here, and we're coming right back to see what Gulf Breeze can do to answer.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We are back. I'm glad you're with us. Good evening, everyone. It is our first Friday Night Rivals game of the year, and Milton strikes quickly with a big play, leading it now 7-0. And Jeff, the good news is Gulf Breeze is going to get the ball. Their terrific senior quarterback, Ryland McCurdy. Carson Hepworth is a real playmaker. Looking forward to watching him. The bad news is you've been talking so much about Milton defense, and that's who Gulf Breeze is dealing with all night long.
Yeah, it is. And I tell you what, good start for Milton on the offense there. The question is, once again, I said this in the open, what is Gulf Breeze's offense, their identity going to be? I just don't know.
And that's going to be another pooch kick, and that's going to be short and downed right there. So
Seth Massey right
there. Seth Massey.
Gets it right there. So let's go ahead and do the Economy Tree Service Turf Report. Jeff, a week ago, I would have thought, well, the turf's going to be in trouble with all that rain, some 20 to 30 inches because of Sally, just incredible. But we've seen remarkable efforts up and down the coast, and it looks good. It looks like a nice night out.
Oh, Gulf Breeze, beautiful facilities out here overall, no matter what sport it is. But the field looks great. Tell you what, we've gotten some pretty good weather. I did enjoy that cool weather after the hurricane. I hated the hurricane, but that nice cool weather. I tell you what, it's not too bad out here tonight. Got a little bit of that Gulf breeze going.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, normally we start, of course, in late August, and it's a lot hotter. So starting in late September is...
We'll take it.
All right, so here we go. Gulf Breeze. Going to start at the 30-yard line. McCurdy out of the shotgun there. And he wants to throw right away. Finds Seth Massey.
Love the call. Go ahead and get your quarterback comfortable. Don't allow that pass rush. Look, there's going to have to be a lot of this. Once again, Marquise Robinson, the defensive tackle up front, the Auburn commit. This is a vaunted defensive front they got, this three-man front. I tell you what, you're not going to be able to sit back in that pocket and try to pick this defense apart.
Here you can see the starting lineup from Pete Moore for Gulf Breeze on offense. And Carson Hepworth, a real playmaker. Coach told me they're going to get him 10 to 15 touches every week if they can in lots of different ways. So he'll be fun to watch. Ryland McCurdy, of course, the quarterback. And here we go. He's going to keep this himself and pick up a few. It's going to be third down at about 3, it looks like.
And that's what you're going to have to do against Milton. I don't think you're going to get the big chunk play, and I don't think you come out and try to find it quick. I think you dink and dunk right here. Look, 3rd and short, this is where you want to be. Coach Clayton, remember, he was a former quarterback. He understands.
Right here at this at Gulf Breeze.
Yeah.
You know? This was his field. And his son does play, by the way,
I saw that.
for Gulf Breeze. You can see now the Milton defense, the touted Milton defense. And there's Cottrell, who's already got a touchdown on the night. He's going to make some plays as cornerback, no doubt as well. Alex Hero, Brandon Thresher. And here we go on 3rd and 3. And I think he's going to be just short,
He's going to be short.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Trevor Lunsford's a name on there. Number 44, you see him right there. This is a young man that had surgery in the offseason, came back, worked extremely hard. Let me tell you how good he is, and people know how good he is. He got an invite to the Blue-Gray game at AT&T Stadium in Dallas and didn't even go to the Combine.
Jeez.
And they still sent him an offer.
A lot of talent on the field tonight, Jeff.
He showed up one day, got home. His mom said, hey, you got some mail. He looked at it. He thought it was a joke and realized he's going to play in December. So, hey, congratulations to him.
So it's 4th down and about a yard, but trailing 7-0. And on their own side of the field, Gulf Breeze says, let's live to fight another day. They're going to punt. That's Dixon Peak is their punter, who's a senior.
What is special teams going to look like? And I think people forget, oh, how about it? Here we go.
It's a fake, and they're
And a
going to get
first down.
it. Yes, they are.
You know what's funny about this, Christian, is the
Carson
fact
Hepworth.
that they did this. I was watching some film, obviously, from last year, and watching when we did the Gulf Breeze Navarre game. The very first time they had 4th down like that, they pulled this exact same play.
Well, Milton didn't even have anybody back to return the punt, so they may have had a sneaking suspicion that was coming. That's a long first down, by the way. So Gulf Breeze will keep it, and we'll keep moving. Now a 1st and 10. And that was Carson Hepworth, who I mentioned moments ago. You know, Coach the other night compared him to Taysom Hill, the terrific Saint player who can do so many different things and they use in so many ways. And so we'll see. And we saw him there. 1st and 10. A keeper here. And McCurdy picks up about 5.
Yeah, great job, McCurdy. McCurdy is, look, you look at his stats, he's not going to wow you. He's going to miss some passes. He's probably not going to have a big time, like a 70% completion percentage. But I tell you what this team is. He is this team. Okay, he had to get this team on his side last year. This guy fights tooth and nail. He is going to battle, and that's what this Gulf Breeze team is going to be this year. I don't think they're going to go blow people out, but they're going to win some close ball games.
It's exactly what Coach said the other night. He said, look, we're not huge, but we're going to make you earn everything against us. So it'll be fun to watch. 2nd down, about 5. Curdy overthrows it, and that's picked off. Just overthrew his man, and that's going to be a big return, and he may take it to the house. Yes, he will.
Comantre
Current. Wow. An electric moment here, and Milton having an incredible start. Jeff, what a run back, but the throw just way too high from McCurdy.
Yeah, I tell you what, he had a linebacker sitting underneath him. He tried to perfectly place it. This is what you're going to get with McCurdy sometimes. He's still growing. I know he's senior and everything. Look, right here, a little too high. You got a linebacker playing a little underneath still. If you throw it to his outside shoulder, he's got him. But, hey, I'm not the one sitting back in the pocket with these big uglies coming after him.
No, that's a big-time play, and here we go.
Once again, though, that defense coming up big.
Number 81,
Casey Paget now on to kick the extra point.
Beautiful.
And Mr. Paget getting a workout here early on. Still 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it is 14-0 Milton. Wow, impressive, Jeff. So we've seen now you talked about the defense. We've seen some electricity from the Milton offense with a bomb from about the 50, and now we've seen an enormous run-back touchdown.
Now when you look at this for Gulf Breeze, I think Milton has got all the confidence in the world. I think they came into this game with all the confidence in the world, but Coach Clayton's squad, look, once again, we talked about this. This is not a team, I think, that can afford to get down big. But when you look at this, it's still the first quarter. We got 9 minutes left in the first quarter. I think if Coach Clayton, you're telling your guys out there, hey, Can we just take a deep breath for a minute?
Well, let me ask you, Jeff, as we've talked about on this show many times, you played quarterback yourself for Northview High School. I assume you at some point threw a pick six?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So what's the mentality after that? Was it, do you get down on yourself? Do you say, that's okay, I know what I did?
Yes, I think it's for me to sit here and say you just got to move past it. No, I didn't move past it until I matured. And I tell you the big thing is when your team is behind you and your team believes you. When your team comes up and says, hey, we got you next time, let's go get them. Mm-hmm. I think for Rylan McCurdy, being a senior, going through last year as a starter, starter year before that, I think he's going to be fine, but you cannot think about that because you're down 14-0 right now.
Yeah, and quickly. So this is going to be fielded right at the goal line and taken back to about the 18-yard line. Couldn't get a number on that. That's number 7, so that's Troy Coughlin.
Yeah, this is, once again, when we look at this Gulf Breeze squad on offense, a lot of new faces, a lot of new names. And Coach Clayton even said, look, I don't even fully know my team yet. And we have to remember, everything that these guys have gone through, 1 week of true practice. When you practice in game week, it's a little bit different because you got to make sure you guys stay healthy. These guys, look, conditioning's a little bit different, so we're going to see that play a role in the second half. This game is so, we've seen it in college football, we've seen it in NFL. COVID restrictions and everything that's going on, it's taking a toll on guys. But I tell you what, so far so good for Milton. But for Gulf Breeze, it's just 14-0. That's how you have to look at it right now. You still got plenty of time.
They've got 1st and 10 from the 20, and we'll see how McCurdy responds after the pick six moments ago. Terrific run back too. Option. Hit in the backfield, but stays on his feet and picks up a couple. And that once again was Troy Coughlin, sophomore running back.
Yeah, Alex Hero, defensive line right there on the tackle. Great job staying at home. Look, there, you look at Alex Hero. He's going to play linebacker. He can drop down and play D-line. He can do so many different things. That's what makes this defense so good. So many versatile players, but great job staying at home on the option.
So officially looks like no gain there. 2nd down now and 10. McCurdy back in the shotgun. High snap, handled nicely. Going to run it up the middle here. That's Carson Hepworth. He picks up a couple.
Yeah, high snap ruins the timing of the play there, allows the defenders to close that gap. The offensive line actually did a pretty good job on that play initially, but once again, timing's off. And we got a flag. How about that?
The game was 2.
It's a sideline warning on Gulf Breeze.
There's Mark Humphreys, who's been doing this for a very long time. A very, very talented referee. There you can see the officials tonight, as I said, Mark Humphreys. I think he was calling basketball games back when I played at Catholic, and you said he was reffing games for you.
Yep.
So a veteran and really, really good. Bill Boardman, Terry Andre, Michael Taylor, Canellis Searless, Jeffrey Fruworth, and Bill Shara make up the team of umpires tonight. So 3rd and long now, 3rd and 8. McCurdy in some trouble here. He's going to roll out and keep it. Gets hit, but I think he's got the 1st down.
Yep, he sure does, by about a yard right there.
Big
Great
play.
job.
Yeah. Well, he can run. They'll design some plays for him to run, as a matter of fact. He doesn't look like he'd be super athletic. That's what Coach Clayton was saying the other night. But Coach said, hey, don't let him fool you. He can pick up some yards with his feet.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's big right there because it loosens that defense up. And they need to be able to throw the football a little bit to be able to – because, look, Milton is going to say, you know what, try to beat us in the air. We're going to sit there and force you to throw the football. And that's what they're trying to do right now. But I tell you what, big plays like that on 3rd and long, that's going to go a long way in this game.
1st and 10. This time they run it up the middle, and he's going nowhere. Troy Coughlin loses. Let's hear it. Gosh, he's big.
That's big Marquise Robinson. They call him Big Baby, and that young man will be playing on the Plains in Auburn next year. And that's why he's a 4-star prospect. You saw that right there. He looks like, look, when you think of Auburn, you think of the big defensive line.
Right.
He's 300 pounds.
Perfect.
He's a good-looking 300 pounds, too. Guys like Derek Brown, Big Cat Bryant, that's what he reminds you of.
I'm sorry, did you say they call – what's his nickname?
Big Baby.
That doesn't seem appropriate.
I'm not calling him that.
I would not either. The big part makes a little sense. So a big loss, that's for sure. 2nd down now and 13. McCurdy going long and deep, and he does have a man open, and that's going to be a pass interference, no doubt about it.
I tell you what, Cottrell, that's Raymond Cottrell right there, the young sophomore. Now, he's a heck of an offensive player. He's a good corner as well. We see our heat and air conditioned instant replay. Look, all he's got to do, turn your head, young man, turn your head.
Woo!
Turn your head.
Well, I think that Cottrell said, I'm burnt here. You know what I mean? I'd rather take the penalty because that was 6.
But here's the thing, though. How do you know you're burnt? You see what I'm saying? Like, he was only one step ahead of him. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like he was going, he had a full head of steam past him, like he got confused. He turns his head right there. He can probably get a hand. But, hey, you know what? That's okay. You can afford some of those when you're up 14-0.
Yeah, no doubt. Beautiful pass from McCurdy, though, coming off the pick 6. I think he feels real good about that.
And that's what you're going to have to do if you're Rylan McCurdy. That play right there is big because you proved that you're willing to throw the football down the field.
Totally agree. Yep.
Well, if you're agreeing, we got to stop it. That's not what we do up here.
So that's 1st and 10 now from the 45-yard line. So, look, that penalty, I think, saved Milton a whole lot of yards and maybe 6 points. Not the worst thing in the world. This is Carson Hepworth on the end around there, the sweep, and he picks up another 7 or 8, it looks like.
Yeah, Ian Mansell, number 35 for Milton right there, couldn't close off the edge, and that offensive line did a good job sealing the edge, allowing Hepworth to get around. We got a water break, it looks like.
Okay.
Timeout call on the field.
Yeah, looks like we are going to have a water break, so why don't we take a... Looks like it to me, Jeff.
Yeah, well, he was calling them back out. I was curious.
Got it. Well, let's take a quick timeout ourselves. We'll be right back. It's Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly. Glad you're with us.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We are back. We're glad you're here. Good evening, everyone. Just a week away from October, and it feels very nice outside tonight. 2nd down now as Gulf Breeze is on the move. 2nd and about 4 from the 48-yard line. May have seen an early move there, but no flag. And a great effort, too, from Troy Coughlin. Turned that into something because Milton got a great jump on that play. And that's going to be a 1st down.
Well, when you look at it, I mean, you go back and you think Gulf Breeze, you think great running backs, going back to Dittmer. And you know what? That time's passed. They're looking for the next guy right here. I'll tell you what, that young man looks pretty darn good, though.
No doubt. Hey, we've seen some fireworks tonight. We've had a pick 6. We've had a fake punt. We've had a bomb for a touchdown, another near bomb for a touchdown. We're midway through quarter number 1.
I know. This is exciting.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been awesome. 1st and 10 now. Gulf Breeze moving. McCurdy's got a man deep and open, wide open. Forget about it. That's Seth Massey. A blown coverage there by Comontre Current. And just like that, Gulf Breeze is on the board.
I'm not real sure what was going through Current's head there. Really not, because he looked like he was looking for the football, but you got a man running free. You better go stay with that man right there. See the heat and air conditioned instant replay. Look at this. I mean, just he's not sure where the ball's at.
No, that's not good. And that's another Ascend Performance Materials touchdown. Gulf Breeze on the board, and going to make the effort now to make it 7 and not 6. Kicks up. Kicks good, and that's Cade Lombardo, who's got a great leg. As Coach described it, a 4-star leg. So it is now 14-7 here on Friday Night Rivals with 6:01 to go. Jeff, that's a great bounce-back drive for Gulf Breeze coming off that pick 6.
Yeah, it really is. And look, they did it by throwing the football deep, and that's one where,
twice, yeah.
Look, they may have found something here. That secondary's been hiding a little bit by that front 7, and I tell you what, you have a penalty right there on Raymond Cottrell. Then you have Current coming there. Current, I'm confused at what look, mistakes happen, but your guy is running free. It looked like he was looking for the football. Young man, stay with that guy.
Yeah. No, that wasn't good. I mean, as the ball was in the air, the distance was getting bigger, which was good news if you're a Dolphin fan. And I'll tell you, Jeff, again, we talked a little about the COVID precautions tonight, and I know that the stands are not going to be as filled as they have been, but there's a decent crowd on both sides, I'd say.
Yeah, solid crowd right here.
So another pooch kick. Again, don't want to kick it deep. And Fielded at about the 35-yard line and returned to about the 46-yard line.
It's Will Weekly.
Will Weekly, saw him earlier, so he's going to have a hot night because they just keep kicking it to him.
Hey, tell you what, as long as you can secure that football, although
get the Milton offense back out there. That's Tyler Buchanan, 3-year starting quarterback.
Yeah, tell you what, Jack's got a great point. Jack in the truck with us, wondering if Will Weekly is related to Boo Weekly right there. How about,
maybe so.
Could be.
I'd like to see his swing first. I guarantee you, Shugard's going to send a text now.
How about it?
That's
right there.
Great timing on the defensive side.
Boy, Charlie Holder, how about that? The senior DB coming up and making the stick.
That was big time. That's perfect timing.
Flex, young man. How about it?
Second down now and 10.
Now look, if you're Milton, you got a little pressure. 14-7. I mean, you're not running away with it. You better start scoring because Gulf Breeze just proved they can throw the football on that defense. I would assume Gulf Breeze would go to some too high safety look right here to prevent Cottrell from running free like he did last time.
And he was quite free too, boy. It just looked like he was uncoverable. They're going to throw it this time. It's another nice little gainer there. That's
Terrell Brooks
23. Yeah.
That's a young man, by the way, that Terrell Brooks Yarborough is a underrated back. Now, he is a complete back. Power, speed, whatever you need. I tell you what, he is going to be big for this squad, especially on the depth side of things.
Well, you talked about him earlier tonight before we even started. Said, look, this is going to be a player to watch. So big play there. Nonetheless, not a first down. It's going to be third down and about 3 right at midfield for Buchanan.
Can they get the long first down on 3rd and 3?
On 3rd and short.
There you go.
3rd and short. Maybe I should have said. I blew that opportunity. I guarantee I'll do it next week. Oh, a high snap. Buchanan gets it. He's going to go wide open is number 14, and he's going to take it all the way down to the 9-yard line.
Logan Dixon, how about it?
Good job there. So 3rd and short turns into a very big play. That is definitely a long first down. Down into the red zone, Milton goes, and they're on the move again. And Jeff, this Gulf Breeze defense having a tough time slowing them down.
How about that offensive line for Milton? I mean, Tyler Buchanan just sat back there and said, all right, who's open? Yep, you. Beautiful pass right there.
All right, so is it 1st and goal or is it 1st and 10? Let me see here. Well, they're right at the 10. It looks like it's
first and goal.
Yeah, 1st and goal.
So they did get the long first down.
Sure did.
You got trips to the top.
Yeah, 3 wideouts left there. But they're going to run it up the middle. No, they're not either. Buchanan's going to keep it. They sure did.
They didn't full Gulf Breeze.
No, they did. You're taking all my lines, Jeff. Look, that's what I was going to say. I'm sitting here calling wideout left. Meanwhile, it's a loss of 12 going the other way.
Ty Horton getting in there. Big Ty Horton, number 52. How about it, young man, the senior. Playing a little offensive line, defensive line. You got to love Iron Man football. But, yeah, great job right there. Buchanan, hey. Fooled us. I thought they were running the
don't say us. So, all right, so now it's going to be 2nd and goal, but a big loss there. 2nd and goal from about the 16. So
you know what? I actually think this helps Milton out, though. I really do.
Spread it out a little?
Yeah, absolutely. Gives you a little bit more room. When you get packed tight in there and they want to throw the football, it's just so tough.
Got it. Well, we'll see.
Look at all these weapons across the field.
If you're wrong, you owe me a Coke.
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and get my wallet out.
Looks like a timeout on the field, I think.
Timeout call on the field.
Yes, indeed. So
it's going to be a Milton timeout.
That is their first timeout.
4 minutes and 12 seconds here in the first quarter. And forgive me, you can see on the screen it says 6:01. That is not accurate. There's 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first quarter. And we do have a timeout here, 2nd down and goal from the 15 or the 16. Jeff, you got a few scores for us?
Yeah, I got some scores. So Baker Gators over there in Baker, Florida, taking on Taylor County, up 12-7 right now. The Niceville Eagles taking on Fort Walton Beach, hosting them at home, 21-7 at half. Flomaton and Jay right now, I have no score. 0-0 in the first quarter. I do not believe that is correct. Look, Northview and Holmes County. How about this, by the way? Northview and north end of the county. They're up 6-0 right now. Holmes County is playing their 5th game of the season.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
wow.
They've been able to play. So how about that? Crestview's up 14-7 over Choctaw on the road right there. And Navarre's up 3-0 over Pace.
Boy, it's good to hear scores. It's good to hear people playing. Feels great to be standing in this booth and talking to all of you. Really good. Looks like we're back on the field here and just about ready for some action. And Jeff, this will be interesting. I don't disagree with you, by the way, what we've seen so far from Milton's offense. When they kind of open things up, they're in real good shape. And once again, they've got 3 wideouts.
They're going 5 wide, baby.
Yeah.
5 wide, empty backfield.
I think Buchanan's going to keep it.
He's going to keep it.
It's. I think it's going to be a false start maybe there. It looked like false start. So they're just getting harder. Well, you know, Jeff, if that separation thing works, they're in good shape because they're just getting farther and farther away.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. Open it up a little bit.
Get to the 50 and then first and goal from the 50 so they can run their offense.
Oh, big game. Mark Humphrey's making the call right there as the white hat. I feel like he has been around quite some time.
Yep, he's awesome.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Oh, for Milton right here, it looks like you've got Cam Hall, you got Lamonte Cunningham, Cottrell's out there.
All kinds of talent.
Yeah, I mean, you've got everybody out there. It's a party.
Cunningham in the backfield. Buchanan is going to throw right over the top to Cunningham, who gets it and picks up a whole lot of the yardage. It's going to be now, I think, 3rd down and goal from about the 2 or 3. So that's much more manageable, and it does back up your separation point, Jeff.
Don't think Mr. Cunningham, he gave the first down signal. I don't think he understood it was
Oh, 1st and goal. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't think he realized.
That's funny. I missed that.
Hey, it's all good,
Yeah,
man.
come on. It's our first game. Let him have the moment.
No, I'm jealous. I never got to make those catches, see?
Yeah. That was a nice little sort of over-the-top lob pass.
It was. Oh, they're bringing in a jumbo package here. Look at Marquise Robinson and Trevor Lunsford.
The jumbo package.
Oh, give it to the 300-pound 4-star Auburn commit right here. Nah, it looks like they're just going to power it up.
All right. 3rd and goal. Running it up the middle, and did he get there? He got real close.
He did.
He did. Touchdown.
That's big boy football. How about it? Bringing your 300-pounder and your 250-pounder and just run behind them.
No doubt about it. That's Terrell Brooks Yarbrough who gets into the end zone. That's another touchdown. That's an Ascend Performance Materials touchdown. And here it is on the replay from Peden.
That was actually a pretty good job of Gulf Breeze trying to make the stop. But
yeah. Oh, look at him reach out at the end there, too. That may have been the difference.
I really
right
think
there.
it was.
That's awesome. I hadn't seen that until just now. Great. Not great if you're a Dolphin. And
great camera work, though.
Yeah, well done. The F&R crew.
They're the best.
They'll get after it.
Beautiful. Once again.
Just like that, 21-7. With 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We've seen a lot of scoring. 28 points on the board. 21 of them belong to Milton. It is Friday Night Rivals. We're glad you're with us.
Yeah, this has been fun. I'll be honest with you. Great job by Milton coming out and doing what they have to do. Look, Gulf Breeze answered. It was 14-7. Now they jump out. Look, for Gulf Breeze, you're going to have to score. It looks like right now your defense is struggling a little bit. And look, all respect goes to Milton and what they're doing. This is a good Milton team. 5-5 last year. But remember what I said. They lost close games.
Right.
I'm talking about one-possession games to Escambia. Escambia went to the state championship game. Pensacola Catholic. They were undefeated until right there in the playoffs. And then you've got Navarre. We know how good Navarre is. This is a team that was one possession away right there.
Right.
This is a good squad.
One of those deceiving records here.
Coach Lee is coming. Look, this is his 4th year, I believe, there, and he's done nothing but build that program. You can bet, though, Coach Clayton, that squad's not going to give up.
Troy Coughlin is back to receive. He will let it go into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback now. So, Gulf Breeze, Ryland McCurdy, Carson Hepworth in the bunch are going to come back out here and see if they can answer yet again. They did put together a terrific drive, and as you said, Jeff, they may have found something a little bit when they exploited the backfield of Milton a couple of times on a couple of big plays. One was a penalty, the other a touchdown. But we'll see if Coach Clayton cued into that and is going to try and do more of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you put the pressure on a defense. I think they were a little lackadaisical in the secondary there. I think they got surprised. We'll see if they make the adjustment. But once again, Ryland McCurdy, look, Coach Clayton said they want to throw the ball 65% of the time. That plays right into what they're trying to do here.
Yeah. He said if he had to put a number on it, he'd expect they'll throw it about 65%. He said, of course, as a former quarterback, I'd like to throw it more than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to reel yourself in a little bit. And speaking of Troy Coughlin, who didn't get a chance to return the kick, does get the handoff here and picks up a couple.
I think the biggest thing too, and obviously if you're Milton, you can live with 2 or 3 yards here and there, but I think it's important for Gulf Breeze positive yards, whether it's 2 yards, whether it's 3 yards, as long as you're moving forward and not backwards. Once again, remember, these guys are going to get better the more they play. They have not hit each other hardly at all. I mean, you got to make sure guys are healthy, especially with all the COVID stuff going on. So right now, if you're Gulf Breeze, you'll take 2 yards.
And second down now, maybe it was 3, so second and about 7. And it looks like this time McCurdy thought about throwing. He's going to keep it himself and picked up a couple, I think.
Yeah, that's some big men right there he's running into, Trevor Lunsford. And it looks like...
Jeff, I'm curious on a play like that. Was that a intentional run from McCurdy, or was he going to pass? It looked to me, I thought he was going to pass, but maybe not. Maybe all along.
Well, it could have been a quarterback draw, but it could also be an RPO, which is a run-pass option where he drops back. If he immediately doesn't see, if he doesn't like what he sees, boom, he takes off and runs.
You don't have to spell it. Just say it. It's okay. Third down and 5.
Oh, it's been too long.
Screen pass here. It's going to be short of the first down. That was Troy Coffey. Picks up a few, but not enough, and I think Gulf Breeze is going to have to punt.
But see, if I say it, if I spell it, and then I say it, now I can just say RPO. I can be lazy the rest of the night.
Gotcha.
There you go.
You're assuming I was listening and learned it.
No, I wasn't. Okay. For everybody else out there.
Oh, fair enough. That's smart that you weren't. All right, so look, last time Gulf Breeze went to punt, they faked it. That was closer to midfield. Down 21-7. Would be surprised if they tried that on the 31.
Yeah, crazier things have happened. It's 2020, but yeah, I don't think it's
not going to happen. This is Dixon Peak, their senior punter. Coach told me he said he's a little bit of a mixed bag. He said sometimes he will have these beautiful punts with just a great spin. They'll stop on a dime, just what you're looking for. But he said there are other times, man, where you're not sure where it's going. So they've really worked with him, putting a ton of pressure on him and trying to get his mind off of everything happening as he's trying to get that ball off his foot.
Yeah, timeout Gulf Breeze right here. I tell you what, though, that's kickers, is it not?
Yeah.
They're their own breed.
Right, I mean, totally. Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
But Coach did say, he said, look, sometimes he really does have some gorgeous punts, and they could use one right now as they're pinned back a little bit at the 31-yard line. As you said, that was a timeout called. Coach wanted to talk about it here on 4th down and 5. It's curious. It makes you, what are you talking about here? Like, they're punting, right?
I mean, unless, I don't know. If you call timeout, obviously Milton's going, well, wait a minute. Now, if you were trying to have the element of surprise, I think that's gone.
Got it.
Not that I think Coach Clayton cares about that. Maybe you're just making sure, hey, you're on this guy, because we can't afford a block punt at this point.
Milton will have Lamonte Cunningham in the backfield there, ready to return, or back to return, I should say. He's positioned himself at about the 35. It almost does get blocked. It's not going very far, that's for sure.
Get away if you're Milton.
That's going to be about a 15 net gain punt.
That's why you call it timeout. Yeah. Because that was so close.
And again, even though he got it off, it didn't go far. So Milton will take over at the 41-yard line of Gulf Breeze. So terrific field position for the Panthers, who are already leading at 21-7 with 1 minute to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is, I tell you what, that right there, that would have been the best time to run a fake, because the house was coming, baby. Yeah. The house was coming.
Is it too late? Can they redo it?
I think so.
I don't know how it works.
Was it on Madden? You just do the mulligan or whatever it was? Yeah, we'll just start over. Well, if you're Gulf Breeze's defense, you need to stop.
Yes, you do.
You got to help that offense out a little bit. And if you're Tyler Buchanan, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go deep right here.
Find Mr. Cottrell crossing the field, maybe?
Yeah, Cottrell at the top of the field right there.
And you called it. He wanted to go long. Buchanan ends up keeping it himself here. He's going to...
Great job by Gulf Breeze.
Yep.
God, what a great job. Cutting it off. I mean, look, you thought there was some open room. Nope, Ethan Todorovich. How about that name right there? Young man making the stop.
Let me tell you what. When I talked to Coach Clayton the other night, he is pumped about Todorovich. He was like,
Todorovich?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, he is great. He said, he's like a pistol. You can't slow him down. He's so pumped all the time. Like, he said, he is so fun to watch. I said, I remember guys like that in high school.
You were one of those guys. Come on.
I was like, let's all just calm down. All that for a loss of 1. And they want to throw it long again.
Way to sit down. Mm-hmm. Good job. Great job. I mean, look, this is
Cam Hall makes the catch there.
And Cam Hall is one of those guys who's going to be able to do everything. He'll be able to run the football if he needed to. He can catch those passes. those short screen passes. He can go deep. A great route runner. Perfect job right there. Not trying to do too much. Make sure I secure the football. Excuse me. And then now I've got 3rd and short.
From the 35-yard line. Quarter's almost over. Last few seconds. This will likely be the last play of the quarter. Buchanan throwing wide open. And that's going to be a 1st and probably goal. Again, caught right at about the 10-yard line. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9. And that's the final play of the 1st quarter. Here's a look at the Peden instant replay on 3rd and short. They once again go long. Perfect pass.
Traylon Carnegie, how about that, young man? Beautiful route and beautiful throw.
So that'll do it for the 1st quarter. A big quarter for Milton here on Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. It's 21-7 Panthers.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Good evening again. Welcome back, everybody. About ready to start quarter number 2 here on Friday Night Rivals, and they're ready to go right away. Milton throwing over the middle. That's going to be a quick touchdown.
Raymond Cottrell.
Yep, that's his 2nd of the night. And another quick strike. That's a Tyler Buchanan touchdown pass. And it just keeps getting worse here for Gulf Breeze, Jeff.
Little play action right there. Get the linebacker to bite down, and all it is a quick slant, and it's an Ascend Performance Materials touchdown.
That's exactly what it is.
Look at that. Right, great pressure by Gulf Breeze, but I tell you what, too late.
Yeah, Cottrell's so good, and that was a great pass, too.
It was. Really good job by Tyler Buchanan.
Yep. All right, so the extra point now. That's Casey Paget, who's kicked now his 4th extra point of the night. He's 4 for 4. That's a good way to start the season. And one play into the 2nd quarter, it is now 28-7 Milton. I would say, Jeff, as we talked about earlier, 5 minutes into the game, we'd seen a fake punt, we'd seen a long bomb, we'd seen a pick 6, and it was like, we got to pick a play of the game later. That's not going to be so easy.
No, look, closet by design, play of the game. I tell you what, there's a lot of them so far. Could be a defensive play, could be an offensive play. I really think we're just getting started.
Well, I was going to say, let's,
don't want to do it too soon.
Maybe we should give it out each quarter.
You could start off with that Raymond Cottrell deep touchdown. There's
that was big time.
The pick right there that they had. Look, here's the thing. These guys having a lack of practice. First off, Milton has looked fantastic.
Yep.
They've looked really crisp. Gulf Breeze hasn't looked bad, but they look like a team that hasn't gotten enough practice yet. They have the athletes over there. It's just right now, Milton, boy, they're going to be tough to beat this year.
They're looking real good. Now, remember, this is the first competitive action for anyone on that field since last November. So, Jeff, what might be more surprising is how sharp Milton looks versus the fact that Gulf Breeze has had a few issues. And here we go again. That's Troy Coughlin who fields it. Has a little room outside and a great return all the way back to the 40, but there is a flag on the play closer to the 35. It's a big return, and they needed that. Let's see if it stands.
Maybe a block in the back for a hold. Typically, that's the area right there. No matter what, it looks like it is against Gulf Breeze.
It's a hold coming back.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was against Cam Hall right there on the outside. We saw that to the bottom of the field. But you know what? Once again, Gulf Breeze, you've got to answer on offense. You can't afford to get down. It's 28-7.
Right.
Remember we said it was 14-0. It's the 1st quarter. All right, now we're in the 2nd quarter. You're down by 3 scores. You got to keep this one somewhat close.
Well, and you hate to see what we just saw there, because the run back by Coughlin there is the sort of thing that could be a nice little spark almost at midfield. They were going to have some great field position, but instead they're knocked back to the 29-yard line. Nonetheless, that is the hand that they are currently dealt, and they'll see what they can do with it here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, for Gulf Breeze, though, like we've talked about it. We've talked about Rylan McCurdy. Carson Hepworth, he's a guy, that's his go-to guy. He's got to find him right here. Over the middle, they've got to find a way to be able to throw the football again. This is they've proven they can do it. I don't think they're going to be able to run it too well, but open up that defense.
Hepworth, by the way, also a terrific baseball player and basketball player. Just an awesome athlete. One of the many terrific athletes with the last name of Hepworth in Gulf Breeze. They've been doing it here for a long time. And McCurdy rolls out there and pays for his efforts. Gets hit by about 5 different guys and might have picked up about 2 yards, it looks like.
One thing I want to see out of these receivers, and they didn't do a good job that time, but once again, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. When a quarterback scrambles around like that, now you break your route off. You've got to turn around and help your quarterback. Don't continue to run away from him. And whether it's turning back and going towards the sideline, coming towards him, let him make sure that he can see you. Because if he's running from pressure, which he's probably going to be doing all night long, you got to find a way to help him out.
And somebody's probably open. 2nd down and 8. Oh, looks like a mix-up there.
Oh, boy.
You see that?
Yeah, that was ugly. That could have easily been a turnover.
Yeah, for a moment there, looked like the ball kind of came loose as McCurdy was trying to hand it off, but they were running in the same direction there. That was Troy Coughlin was giving it to. Maybe we'll get an instant replay here, and you'll get a chance to see what we're talking about.
Yeah, not sure if the snap was a little off to the right there, and then he was trying to once again, if these snaps are off, it disrupts all the timing.
Right.
And when you've got, look at that big front right there for Milton. Look at number 8, Marquise Robinson. That joker is huge.
He's big
baby right there. Whew, ain't nothing baby about him.
3rd and 7 now. Gulf Breeze needs this conversion. McCurdy's going deep. Overthrows him, though. Intended target there, of course, with Seth Massey. Not to be, and I think Gulf Breeze is going to have to punt on 3rd and long from their own 29.
Yeah, great step-for-step coverage right there by Sean Chambers, the senior DB for Milton. And look, you put yourself in predictable places like that. When you got 3rd and long, they know you're going to throw the football.
Right.
So once again, for Gulf Breeze, that's what I was talking about. Getting two on 1st down, 3 on 2nd down. Now you set up 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 3 or whatever it is. That's going to be the key. If they're going to have success this season, they got to figure it out.
Got a nickel and dime on a night like this. Doesn't work out, though. It's 4th down and 7, so Gulf Breeze will be punting, and Lamonte Cunningham is back at the 40. This is a better punt this time.
He got it off quicker.
Yeah, and gets a nice little hop, too. So right at about the 40-yard line, and that's where Milton will take over. So Cunningham does not get his chance there. I'll tell you what, Jeff, if Milton continues to do what we've seen all night, which is basically score at will, and they go up 35-7 here, big-time trouble, and that may be all she wrote early on this one.
Yeah, I tell you what, Coach Lees wouldn't mind that because he's going to be able to get a lot more guys some playing time and only builds the depth of this team.
Right. Well, so far, the Dolphins have had a tough time slowing them down at all. We'll see. Buchanan in some trouble here. The Dolphins say, we'll slow you down right now, my friend. That's a huge loss. Should have kept my mouth shut. That's a loss of about 15, it looks like. Huge play there. Cunningham just couldn't find, or rather Buchanan just couldn't find it.
And a great job. And hats off to the Milton defense. But hats off to the front. Linebackers coming in, defensive line, they continue to fight. This is a good offensive line for Milton. Buchanan, if you're Tyler Buchanan, one thing he's got to do moving forward, and I'm sure Coach Lees is going to talk to him about it, if it's not there, either scramble around and try to find it. You can't just sit back in the pocket. Throw it away. Throw it near a receiver, away. Those are things that will come with more time with Tyler Buchanan. He is a fantastic quarterback.
So it's a loss of about 18. So you can call it 2nd and forever. We'll officially call it 2nd down and 28. All the way back now at the 22-yard line. And we've got a flag on the play.
Delay of game, I believe.
Delay of game.
So that Gulf Breeze defense all of a sudden catching break after break. Although
this is just what the doctor ordered for them.
Yeah,
they need it.
Right.
Now, but if you're Gulf Breeze, once again, remember Raymond Cottrell. You got Cam Hall over there.
Yep.
Lamonte Cunningham. They see they're going empty. You know they're going to throw the football and they're going to try a deep shot. Get double coverage on a guy like Raymond Cottrell.
Yeah, it's 2nd down and about 35 at this point. Great pass there, and they're going to pick up a lot of yards in this game.
He's gone.
He's all. Look, that's a 1st down. They got every bit of it. Every bit of it. Wow, that's Cam Hall. A huge gainer on 2nd and more than 30. They pick up more than enough, and I'm with you, Jeff. For a moment there, I thought he was gone.
Yeah, heat and air conditioned instant replay right here, and that's, look.
Right there, I thought he was gone.
That young man is slippery. You see the speed that Milton has, but once again, I said Raymond Cottrell, they need to double him. They come down with the linebacker, and they chip him. Great job right there, take him away, but this is the versatility of this offense.
So 1st and 10 now on the other side of the field, 45-yard line. This time they're going to run it up the middle, and they're going to get some. It's Lamonte Cunningham with a nice gain, still on his feet, refusing to come down, picks up about 8.
It's just, man, those chunk yards like this. Obviously that big play right there with Cam Hall getting that first down takes just all the breath out of your sails if you're Gulf Breeze. It's tough for people to say, well, they just got to suck it up and move on. No, because everything seems to be starting to go in your favor. You're already down 28-7. Boy, they got to find a way. They need a turnover big time.
Second down now and 5. Another nice gain there. It's Cunningham who just keeps running right at you. Pick up there about 9, it looks like, and it's going to be 1st and 10.
Just look at that Milton offensive line. I tell you what, those are, and I love to call them this. I call them this regardless. The big buffet busters up front, just moving them forward. Look at that. Look at that group. That is a big group up front. That's the team, once again. They can throw the football, they can run the football, and it all starts up front with those guys in the trenches.
So 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. I think they're throwing to the end zone here, Jeff. No, he's keeping it. Buchanan says, no. Doesn't get much out of it.
He doesn't. But I tell you what, that's once again for Gulf Breeze, when you're down like this, play for some pride. You're still, believe it or not, they're 3 scores down. They're a pick. If you get a pick and you get a score here before half, 28-14, this is a whole different ballgame.
Listen, Jeff, 2 years ago, the very first game I ever did was Gulf Breeze and Navarre, and it was an enormous lead for Gulf Breeze, and then Navarre came all the way back and won. I think they were down 28 in that game.
Yeah, that was
what a night that was.
What a fun game that was.
Yeah. Buchanan in some trouble.
Hey,
another big
there
play.
It is.
You're asking the Gulf Breeze defense to have some pride. Oh, and look at this. We got a flag on the play. Maybe a late hit.
Seth Horton, number 44. How about it? That's the play they needed. Not sure what this flag is going to be.
Yeah, this flag could cost them if it's any kind of a...
Well, you hope it's not if you're Gulf Breeze, but things don't look good right now. Yep, and he's pointing at somebody on Gulf Breeze side.
There we go. Yeah, personal foul against Gulf Breeze. So the defense with a huge play. Let's take a look at the Pete and replay here and see if we can spot what happened.
Look at it, just burning on the outside, coming around the tackle. Wow.
At this moment, everything's all good.
Right here. What are you doing, young man?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. That is just not good.
That was Julian McCulley. Yep.
Oh, that's the right call.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the right call. You cannot come in like that. There's no point in that.
No, the play was over, and it was a huge play for Gulf Breeze, too.
Man, oh, man.
But it is what it is, and Milton will have it now. Now, Jeff, across the field, as I look at the lines markers, they've still got up a 3rd down. Wouldn't that have been? I would have thought that would have been an automatic 1st down. But.
No, I don't think on that personal foul like that it would have been.
Okay. Well, then it's 3rd down and 5 from right at the 25-yard line. That's going to be probably just enough. That's Terrell Brooks Yarborough, who's also having a big night, and I think he's got the 1st down, and the drive continues, that's for sure.
And you hate to see it. I mean, you really do. You hate to see it for Gulf Breeze and that defense. They're so close 2 times now, twice on this drive. You give up the big play to Cam Hall, then you have the bone. I'm sorry, it's a bonehead penalty.
Yeah.
There's no sense of you coming in and diving on a player that has already been wrestled down.
Yeah, and not wrestled down after a 10-yard gain, but after a huge defensive play.
Yes, and that's where I understand. Look, we played the game before. We understand your momentum starts to take you. The player was already down. Okay, big play like that, there's just no sense of it. But you know what? He's going to learn from it, and he'll be fine.
Yep. 1st and 10 now, right at the 20. It's going to be Brooks Yarborough again.
Michael Sarinsky for Gulf Breeze on the tackle. Hadn't said Sarinsky's name too much.
About 6 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter, and it's been almost all Milton. Gulf Breeze did have one really impressive drive, but they haven't been able to do anything since then. We're hoping to get a chance to talk to Coach Clayton heading into half, see what he thinks he needs to do to get back in this game in the second half.
Once again, you see just the depth of this offense for Milton. They can spread you out. They can run the football with spreading you out. They got the big offensive line, good quarterback. It's a good-looking squad. Gulf Breeze, they need a pick big time.
That would be big, no doubt. 2nd down and 6.
Go get him.
Cunningham does throw it away. So, did he throw it away enough?
Oh, boy.
Oh, it was not picked off. Boy, I want to see that again. It looked like he got the pick.
Here we go. Here's
Check
the
this
look.
out. He's trying to throw it away, and
Look.
it's almost like he just didn't.
Just nice, casual, toss it away. And
See
look
what
at here,
happened.
Michael Sarinsky. Oh, he just couldn't
Wow,
get it.
what
in
an
there.
effort.
Boy, I tell you what, if you're Tyler Buchanan,
Yeah, if you're throwing it away, throw it into the stands.
yeah, throw it out there on the street.
Seriously.
Golly,
Catches
boy.
a break there because he's not able to make the catch. It's 3rd down and 6. Another flag on the play as Buchanan does find his man right over the middle. That's Raymond Cottrell, who's had a huge night. And he gets into the end zone. Gosh, what an effort. But there is a flag on the play.
Gonna be holding.
Yeah. Looks like here's the, sure enough,
Yep, there
it's
it
a
is.
hold. So the penalty's playing a huge role here in the 2nd quarter as now a touchdown is off the board for Milton. That would have put him up 34-7.
I think that's number 70, Ben Donaway. It's going to get called on right there. That's unfortunate.
I'll tell you what, though. Let's take another look.
Here we go.
Yeah, what a run from Cottrell, though. Impressive. That dude is something
Oh,
else.
we can't see it.
Look
It's
at
out
this.
of our screen.
Watch this.
Oh yeah, look at
yeah.
lightning speed. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
right.
saying. He's got a burner. He's got a second gear that nobody else can catch him right now.
Gets those feet just inside.
Remains 3rd down.
Very impressive, but for nothing. It is now 3rd and really, really long.
Look, if you got Raymond Cottrell on your high school fantasy team, if there is such a thing, you're still doing okay with 2 touchdowns.
3rd down and about 22. This time Buchanan will.
I think he hit the ref. I think he hit the referee right there.
So the drive stalls out, and I do not think they're going to be in field goal range. It would be about a 48-yarder from here.
Willing to bet they go for it. I mean, just throw it deep, if
Yeah.
anything. I mean, you
Right.
got weapons all over the field. You've been
true.
able to throw it deep. Why not?
I love it. The price is right.
I mean,
We'll
if you
see.
punt here, best case scenario, if worse, if it goes in the end zone, it's coming out to the 20. So you gain what?
Look,
13
I
yards?
said you were right.
No, I know.
Do you have to
I'm-
just keep telling
Look, it's
me
like
why
the
my
RPO.
point made no
It's like the
sense?
RPO. See, I got to explain it. I got to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Christian, let me tell you a little bit more about why your point made no sense. And sure enough, how do you like me now? They are, in fact, going for it. I kind of wish they wouldn't have done.
Oh, he's doing the hard count. We got delay game.
Delay of game. Buying themselves up.
Yeah, look, you're going to be right.
They're going to punt. They're going to punt.
You're excited. I've never seen you get so excited for a punt. They're going to
Should I yell out punt it?
punt. No, they got you.
No,
Are they still going
They're
for
still
it?
going for it.
Were they going to take another penalty here? Is that what you're trying to do?
It's 4th down and very long. About 27.
Oh, pressure right here already. How about it? You better
He's-
get rid of it, young man.
He's
you better
not
get
going
rid of
to.
it.
He's not going to.
Oh, my
What a
goodness.
play. Wow.
Wow.
Boy, the Gulf Breeze need all of that.
Seth Horton again, young man. There you go.
That's big
There you
time.
go. Praise the big man up top. How about it? Look at him. He's exhausted.
He's-
Oh, man. He deserves it.
That was
Look at this.
incredible. Watch this.
Just speed rush. How about up the middle right there? Looks like a stunt from that Gulf Breeze defensive line. You're not getting away from him. Where are you
That was
going?
big time. Hey, Jeff, you know what they should have done?
They should have punted. They should have punted right there. But once again, Tyler Buchanan, I know Coach Lee's going to talk to him. That's one of those that, look, if it's not there, either throw it deep.
Yeah.
You cannot afford a sack. You just can't afford a sack.
We're going to take a break with 4:55 to go. It's Friday Night Rivals. Glad you're here, folks.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
It is 28-7. It's been a very big night for Milton, but moments ago a very big series for Gulf Breeze, and they're going to try and do something before the half. And they start with a big play, beautiful run after the catch from Carson Hepworth.
Yep. Carson Hepworth, long first down for the young man. I tell you what, that's the guy. We already said it. That's his go-to player right here. Remember they had Sam Sharp last year. They had him for a few years. Sam Sharp was always that I guess security blanket. That's Hepworth right there.
So that's a 1st and 10 from long and down now to the 40-yard line. And before the half, with 4:38 to go, it would be very big if Gulf Breeze could get in the end zone. They're going to come out this way, and it's Hepworth again, and he picks up a couple.
Pass complete again to
that was
number
a big
Dangerous
block.
pass there. I heard you say, ooh.
Yeah, it was dangerous because you do that twice in a row, and that defense, they start to get the idea. But really good block by Michael Sawinski.
So this time it picks up 2 or 3. It'll be second down and about 7 now from the 37-yard line.
Hey, positive yards is good yards at this point if you're Gulf Breeze, but you need to find a way to put it in the end zone before the end of the half.
Totally. If they could find a way to do that, make it 28-7, they get a little momentum. All of a sudden, 2 touchdowns doesn't seem insurmountable. And Mr. McCurdy's going to keep it himself, and he's still on his feet. And he's going to have a first down from long. There is a flag on the play.
I think it's going to be a block in the back. I tell you what, I just watched Marquise Robinson, number 8 right there in the defensive line, take 2 Gulf Breeze offensive linemen and just push them in the backfield. Like, hop on, young man, go for a ride.
So let's see what the call is here.
It's going to be a block in the back right here on Gulf Breeze, if I'm not mistaken, by Michael Sawinski. Yep.
There you go. Good call, partner. So another big play from Gulf Breeze negated. That's not what they need, that's for sure.
No, it wasn't. It was an unnecessary block. I mean, you're moving forward right there, and you know what? It happens. You get in the heat of the moment. It is what it is.
Looks like we've got a timeout on the field. With that in mind, we're going to take our own timeout. It's Friday Night Rivals. We'll be right back to see how this half plays out.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We're back. Good evening. Happy Friday, everybody. Second down now and 11 for Gulf Breeze, trying to get more points on the board before the half, but he's in some trouble here. McCurdy is, and he's not going to go anywhere. That's going to be a huge loss.
Yeah, remember I said let this defense eat?
Yeah. Oh, and now we got a late flag.
Yeah, it's probably going to go against
Number
Milton,
52.
too. He got too hungry.
He's basically dancing over there.
Yes, he probably got too hungry right there. Unsportsmanlike against Milton.
Let's see if that's Brandon Thrasher, I think, who got up with this.
What a defensive name right there.
Yeah.
Look, number 8, Marquise Robinson. That's the young man right there that will be playing for the Auburn Tigers next year. He looks like he fits in on that defensive front. Yeah, but once again, if you're Milton, this is uncharacteristic of Coach Lee's defense. I'm sure he's going to be talking to these guys, but hey, you don't want to give Gulf Breeze anything. They're struggling to find any kind of offense right now, and that unsportsmanlike penalty is not going to cut it.
Well, we've seen it a few times tonight. I mean, it turned what was an enormous play for the Milton defense into a real bummer for them, and great news for Gulf Breeze. It's going to be second down now and 5 from all of a sudden the 33-yard line instead of all the way back at about their own 47. It's almost a 20-yard difference there.
It's 3rd and 5 now. I mean, here you go. If you're Gulf Breeze, I think you're in 4-down territory regardless at this point.
Yeah. They do have a terrific field goal kicker with a real leg.
A real one.
Not a fake leg. That's Cade Lombardo, who can kick. Coach said he's comfortable with him between about 40 and 45. So they're a little outside of that right now, but he does have a big leg. They're not going to.
Oh, boy.
Get the field goal.
Oh, goodness.
It's a huge defensive play once again from Milton. Another big loss, and that'll make it 4th and long. And now the question is, do they punt or do they go for it? Field goal's off the table.
Chase Morgan. You look at now. You put guys. Obviously, Trevor Lunsford at the linebacker position. We talk about Marquise Robinson, but when you put guys like Chase Morgan outside, he's going to have opportunities this year because when they play that 3-4 front, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get one-on-one coverage on the outside. So look, I tell you what, that's big. That is a big hit. Rylan McCurdy, we're on 4th down now. That's the last thing you need to do is take a sack. But this is I tell you what, this could be a game-changing 4th down.
4th down and 9. And McCurdy's in some more trouble, and he's going down.
Can't stop him.
That could be a late hit. No, they're not going to call it. This is exactly what just happened in Milton. They lost all the yardage, turned it over to about the 50, and now Gulf Breeze does the exact same thing as McCurdy couldn't escape the pressure, Jeff.
And Robinson's down right there, number 8 for Gulf Breeze. You saw him come in late. Tell you what, I'm a little surprised they didn't throw a flag. But, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. And the reason I say people go, well, wait, they're up 28-7. Why is it a big – it's because if Gulf Breeze gets a first down. They still have a chance to score. If anything, you bleed that clock down the rest of the half.
Right.
Now Milton's get the ball at the 50-yard line. This is just not good news for him.
That's Marquise Robinson who's down and clearly in some pain. You can see the Milton trainers trying to help him out.
He's moving his legs around, and so I don't think it's his knee. He's talking about it's his head right there. Not sure.
Maybe he took a knee to the head or something.
Could have been. You hope he's going to be all right. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him up there. Ring the bell a little bit.
Clearly, yeah. Look at this.
And remember, these guys haven't been hitting as much as they have been. So, look, little injuries like this, it's going to happen.
Listen, Jeff, that, again, to keep referencing my conversation the other night with Coach Clayton, I asked him, I said, are you concerned about injuries? Only having one real week of practice in one game week, because we're seeing that at the NFL level. Tons of big-time players getting injured. And he said, you're darn right, I'm very concerned about that. He said, I think that's going to be a real problem. So, hate to see this, but frankly, almost at the half, I'm a little surprised this is the first time it's happened. I'm glad it's the first time, and seeing him walk off the field was really good.
Yeah, walking off the field under his own power. He looks like he's going to be all right. Just got his bell rung a little bit. Yeah. That's the young man, once again, the 4-star commit to Auburn, 300 pounds, 6'3". I mean, he is a big young man, and it looks like he's going to be all right. They're going to check him out. He may not play a ton the rest of the game. I'm not sure. Obviously, he wants to get on the field, but nonetheless, Milton's offense is back on the field with 2.5 minutes left.
And they would love to put one more touchdown on the board, too. You know they would. And they are literally on the 50, starting at exactly midfield. Big hole up the middle. That offensive line continues to help.
Yeah, they like Terrell Brooks Yarborough. Again, there's so much depth on this Milton team, and that's one thing I think for Gulf Breeze they're going to have to find this year is a little bit of depth. When you play 1 and 2A football, it's a little bit different. When you're coming up here playing 5, 6, 7A, you've got to be able to have multiple guys out there. You can't have too many guys playing both ways now. But once again, this is something for Gulf Breeze. People, calm down. Gulf Breeze is going to be just fine. These guys are starting to find it.
Second down now and about 5. Gonna be another run right up the middle and pick up that time of about 2 or 3, it looks like. Is that Yarborough again?
Yes, it was.
So 3rd and short now as the clock keeps running. 1:40 to go here.
I'd be willing to bet if they want to get this first down, probably running the football right here. Go ahead and bleed a little more clock out, and they're probably going to take some shots at the end zone.
I love the predictions you're going with this year.
Raymond Cottrell, that's a first down.
And then some. Giving it to him is never a bad idea. That's going to be a nice gainer. First down and then some with the clock down to 1:18 now. That's Cottrell, who's got a couple of touchdowns on the night. He's in the running for player of the game, I think, Jeff.
Yeah, I would say so. I think, when you look at Cottrell, I'm interested to see it. Look, we didn't get to cover him last year. He's as good as advertised.
Yeah, he's awesome, no doubt. All right, first down. Another run up the middle and a huge hole. That's Monte Cunningham, who's still on his feet, folks, all the way down to about the 16-yard line. And Milton is big time in business with just under a minute to play.
On the play for the
heat and air conditioned instant replay. Great job up front by that offensive line. I mean, look, you could drive a Mack truck through that hole.
Huge hole. So it's officially, looks like at the 17, 1st and 10. Run it again. That's Cunningham again, and another nice gain.
I'm really interested to see these teams come out in the second half. We're talking about the conditioning and everything like that. For Gulf Breeze, what are they going to look like in the second half, especially if Milton comes out and scores right here and goes up big?
Rolling out. Buchanan going to try and find it himself. Not able to get in, down to about the 2-yard line, it looks like, with 28 seconds to go. They want that touchdown, boy.
Yeah, so it's going to be a timeout for the Milton Panthers. Look at this. Great play action fake. That's an RPO right there. He's looking for somebody to pass to. Nobody's open. Going to go ahead and take it himself, even though I don't know if Tyler really wanted to throw that football anyway. He wanted to score that touchdown.
He wants that touchdown. And it looks like it's going to be right at about the 4-yard line officially. So, man, 28 seconds to go here.
Like I said, this is something, if Milton does end up scoring here and going up 35-7, going into halftime, Coach Clayton, they're going to continue to fight, and that's going to be something. It's about playing for pride, and you're getting blown out like this at home, first game of the season. Once again, this is a little bit different. if we're talking about middle of the season, you get a little worried. But this is a team in Gulf Breeze that is trying to find their identity. They have the athletes. We've seen shades of it. We've seen spurts of it where they come out and they look good, and then they backtrack. They have big penalties. I mean, there's twice now when you look on the drive before that Milton shouldn't even have the ball anymore.
Right.
You know, so this is going to be interesting coming out of the second half. And remember, like I said, conditioning. What are these teams going to look like? Because they haven't had a whole lot of it due to COVID-19.
Absolutely. That's been a huge problem.
There's Coach Lee's right there. It's like he's ready to go hunting. He's one of my favorite. He is an awesome guy. He reminds me of a coach that I had at Northview.
Oh, cool.
Oh, my goodness. He's just so much fun to talk to.
First and goal from the 4. That was not Tyler Buchanan. That was a direct snap to Camonte Curran. Yeah.
It's like they're
Timeout.
call a timeout.
Yeah, they want to get in the end zone, clearly. They don't want to get this close and then not do it. So the direct snap to Curran does not pay off and might have picked up a yard, maybe 2. So it'll be second down and goal from about the 2.
Yeah, Coach Clayton and his squad right here, he's talking. Look, this is about fighting, and we talk about, I said it before, I'm not going to harp on it again, playing for pride, but Coach Clayton, playing for your alumni where you're played quarterback at Gulf Breeze High School, it just means a little bit more. He knows what these guys can be, but remember, we've already said it. He's not even sure about this team yet because they haven't been able to be on the field. And that's where, everybody always talks about, when you get a blowout, you just try to make them sound good. No, I think this Gulf Breeze team is going to be just fine this year. But I just think, once again, when you don't have the practice time, we go back and talk about Navy. Navy gets blown out by BYU in the first game. They didn't even tackle before they played BYU. They're down 24-0 at halftime to Tulane. They come back and win 27-24. So, look, practice means something. People need to understand that. These guys just don't show up and are good.
With 16 seconds to go, it is second and goal from the 2. Milton knocking on the door, that's for sure. They want to get in before the half. Throw to the end zone this time.
Little fade.
And it's caught, and that is a touchdown. That's Raymond Cottrell with his 3rd touchdown reception of the night. As you said, as good as advertised. A terrific pass, by the way, from Buchanan. And the route is on, folks. That's going to make it 34-7 with 10 seconds to go as we get another look.
Yeah, how about our Sim Performance Materials touchdown right here? That's a perfect fade.
Yep,
I mean, look, great. Your corner doesn't get his head around if your corner, and it's tough for corners to get their head around on a fade route like that. But Raymond Cottrell, when you're 6'2", 6'3", this young man's a sophomore, by the way. Yeah, I don't even know if he can drive yet, and he's making plays like that.
It's a good night for the Milton offense when I don't have to look at the roster to see the name of the extra point kicker.
Exactly.
Once again, that's Casey Padgett, who's now 5 for 5, and it's 35-7. So Jeff, as we know, heading into the half, we're going to have a chance to talk to Coach Lees. And what I'd like to ask him, and certainly you may have a question for him as well, is, they got off to the hot start. Obviously, it feels like it has been all Milton and has gone great. But like any coach, I'm sure he's seeing things that he's thinking, we got to get better at this, we got to get better at that. So what are the things they're going to want to fix or work on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think really just a couple bonehead penalties. I mean, when you look at it, they've looked crisp on offense. They've given up some plays on defense early on that secondary. Gulf Breeze attacked them, but it looks like they made some adjustments. I think they've ramped up their pressure, not allow Rylan McCurdy to sit back there and throw the football. And that's been the difference in this. I think for Coach Lees, obviously, he's a big-time coach. He's going to go back and he is going to harp on that film. And you don't want to be, look, if you're a Milton Panther, you don't want to be in that film room with him. He is a guru when it comes to film. But I think overall, they've made adjustments, and that's what you want to see your team do. To me, be honest with you, they played nearly perfect in the first half.
It feels that way.
I mean, you got to give hats off to them. You can't criticize Gulf Breeze. Just right now, Milton has just been the better team overall.
Well, and it's so impressive because, again, with that lack of practice, to look this sharp is impressive. And with 10 seconds to go here, that's Troy Coughlin back for Gulf Breeze, and he will get a chance, it looks like, to nope, it's not going to be Coughlin.
Oh, how about the stick right there? Yes,
Big
sir.
stick. That's Malachi Mason who received the kickoff.
Dalton Porter with the big hit.
Go. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got 4.2 when you come out here. Go ahead.
Do they
go
even
into
throw it, or do they just down it?
At this point, I mean, you being a former quarterback, Coach Clayton probably wants to chunk it down the field.
You're probably right.
But I don't know what you do here. I mean, do you take a risk of your quarterback dropping back, and Milton's probably going to bring some pressure? who knows? I mean, at this point, you can't go wrong either way.
Well, and honestly, it feels so out of reach anyway. It's like
you probably just come in here, down it, and let's go into halftime. Let's talk about it. Let's go make some adjustments.
Oh, we're about to find out.
Looks like they're going to run the football right here.
You are right about that. That's going to be Troy Coughlin, who's got a big gainer. Nice play there. That's a
good way to go in the half.
Yeah, it's a big play, but doesn't matter really in the big scope of things. And it was a very impressive half from the Milton Panthers, who lead it 35-7. And I mentioned that here in just a moment we're going to get a quick minute with Coach Harry Lees to hear about what he's thinking they need to work on, which it feels like to you and me there's not much, but I'm sure he's got some things. And then at the end of the half, we'll hear from Coach Clayton of Gulf Breeze, because what we'll hear there is, what did you tell your team and what do you want to work on in the second half, even if this game is at this point out of reach.
Yeah, going to be really interesting to hear what Coach Lees has to say about his squad in the first half. And
yeah.
Looks like we're getting him walking on.
Yeah,
over.
I see him. He's
Look,
coming.
We got an interesting setup. We're going to talk directly to the head coach.
Yeah,
this is going to be fun.
Traditionally, we've had, of course, a sideline reporter. We are at the, by the way, up here in the booth, the Northwest Florida State Sports Desk is the official location for us. And it looks like Coach Lees is on the headsets. Coach, can you hear us? Okay, very good. So thanks for taking a moment. We won't take long from you. Listen, from our point of view, it looked real good if you're a Milton Panther. It's 35-7. You guys had the huge bomb early. You had the pick six. Cottrell's had 3 touchdown catches. But I bet you've got some things you see that you want to work on. What are some of those things that stand out to you that you got to get better at?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we've got to work on our offensive line. That's been we were replacing 5 guys from last year, and we knew that was going to be a problem area for us. But we've played well in spurts, and we've just got to be able to put more together. And I don't like penalties. We've had a couple of foolish penalties, and we've got to. I love our kids playing with emotion, but it can't get out of hand, and I've got to reel them in on that at halftime. But at least we're playing with some passion and some fire, and hopefully, we'll continue to do that for another half. But real excited about our execution. This is going into it. I told the AD at Gulf Breeze, is a good friend of mine. Told him, I said, I don't think I've ever gone into a game as feeling just as little prepared as I could, because just not knowing about what the opponent's doing and really having to really speed up to put an offense in. But I'm proud of the way our guys have responded. I mean, we knew it was going to be ugly, but, at least we've got some things that we've done well, and we also have some things we can work on.
No doubt about it, Coach. Appreciate you taking a couple minutes to talk to us. Good luck in the second half.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So there you have it. Coach had a lot to say, honestly.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
He answered all our questions.
And then some, I would say. That was great. And I think he's feeling real good. 35-7, his team leads. And before the half is done, we're hoping to get a chance to talk to Coach Clayton from Gulf Breeze and hear about what they're looking to work on in the second half. It is halftime. It's Friday Night Rivals. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Stay with us. We're back. As you can see the clock ticking there, 12:25 to go here in the halftime. This is the 11 Law Firm halftime. We're very appreciative to the folks at Levin for being a part of our broadcast this year. We're always appreciative of all our sponsors. And with that in mind, it's the Barrow Fine Furniture Community Spotlight. And I'll tell you, Jeff, as we were thinking about this, we know how much work has gone into getting all of us here tonight. It's always true, even under the best of circumstances. This year more than ever, but so many people have worked so hard. You can see there that the Gulf Breeze Band is here. As you may have seen, something this year that we're seeing in high school sports is the visiting team will not be sending their band. It's a senior night, by the way, here, so we're seeing that. So we just thought we'd give that community spotlight to all the people who worked so hard before tonight to make this happen, but also certainly to the to the folks who are here tonight. And I think we've got Danny Brothers, the principal at Gulf Breeze. Do we have Danny with us? I would love to get a quick word with the principal. Danny, can you hear me? Oh, okay. They're getting him. Putting the headphones on him now. I think I can hear it. Yeah, we'll get a chance here to.
After graduation, Buddy plans to study mathematics.
Here we go. Kip, our audio guy, is getting Mr. Brothers his headphone on. That'd be great, though. I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah, absolutely, because I'd love to know everything that went into
Right.
getting to Friday night.
Hey there, Danny. Can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, good. This is Christian Garman and Jeff Price up here in the booth. Thanks for taking a minute talking to the principal, Danny Brothers from Gulf Breeze. We were just literally, as we found out you were going to join us, talking about the fact that so much hard work has gone into making tonight happen. It's always true, pulling off a big event where hundreds or even thousands of people come. But this year more than ever, I know it's been difficult. Can you tell us a little bit about the effort that has been made by all the people who work at Gulf Breeze to make tonight happen?
Sure. I want to first thank the teachers at Gulf Breeze High School and the support staff for putting us in a position to be able to do this. And then secondly, I want to thank the administration at the county level for helping us make the proper cleanup arrangements for the school after the storm. So COVID, the storm, we've had some challenges, but we're here tonight having a blast, a great night, great couple of teams, old rivalry, and it's so good for the students at Gulf Breeze High School, as you can see, and so we're just happy as we can be.
Listen, I'm glad you said that because I wanted to touch on that. I think it would be easy to think, here we are, the home team. It's our opening night. We're down 35-7.
Yeah.
Boy, this is a bummer. But I know that on a night like this, when we've all been through what we've all been through for the last 6 or 8 months, it's almost easy to kind of look past the score and say, we're not worried about that. We're just glad we're here, we're gathered, we're enjoying each other's company.
Right. And Christian, you hit on it. Almost easy. Yeah, we hate to lose around here, and but at the same time, you got to see past it. And it hats off to Milton. They got a fine ball club, and we've been toe to toe with them over the last few years. And hey, sometimes you come up a little bit short, but it's only halftime.
You got
so
it.
We may turn it around and turn this and win by a touchdown. So we're okay. And like I said, look at the crowd, look at the fans and the student body. They're having a blast. It's the first time they've been able to smile and relax in a very long time. So I'm just, again, so happy that we're able to do it. And I want to thank y'all, WAR, for getting out here and getting it done. And we're just thankful for y'all.
Well, Principal Brothers, it's absolutely, it's our pleasure. We're glad to be here and can hear the excitement in your voice, too. So thanks for spending a couple of minutes with us. And we're certainly proud to call you guys the Community Spotlight feature tonight from Barrow Fine Furniture. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Halftime continues on Friday Night Rivals. We will be right back.
So it's 2nd and 1. Trujillo will just keep it, come around the corner. He's had a big touchdown run tonight already. And here he goes. Trujillo cuts it way back and into the end zone. 63 yards.
Series and Martin took over. He has Austin is intercepted. Gabe Harris, that playmaker.
Spiral coming down. Meyer going over, and it goes through his hands, and it's going to be picked up by Robinson of Buccaneers.
Furthest trip to the playoffs in program history, going right up top. Touchdown, Warwick with the first play.
Steele said with the extra time in the preseason, they've put some new wrinkles into the offense. Awkward snap handled by Mercury Swaim under pressure. He's going to throw on the run, heaving it downfield behind the defense. That ball's caught by Edwards. Edwards makes the move into the end zone. Touchdown, Bedford.
Better believe it. Does he have the first down? Yep, and then some. Scoots to the outside, keeps his balance. Nobody to beat. Down the sidelines for Preston to the 10, to the 5.
And Hunter Kelly throws it down the middle of the field, and it's picked off. One-handed grab. Jackson on the one-handed interception, a little stiff arm, and he's on his way back across midfield.
Yes, I played volleyball at Pace High School, and one thing that I think it helped the most with my professional development was I worked so hard year-round for those 4 years because I did want to play at the collegiate level. So I think the dedication and determination that I had through high school to get me to that level is pretty much what brought me here today. It made me the person that I am today.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Good evening, everyone. This particular game, Milton at Gulf Breeze, not the only game in town. Jeff, you've been watching scores across the area. What else is happening?
Yeah, Baker Gators, how about this? 18-7 over Taylor County out of Perry, Florida. Niceville up 42-14 at home against the Fort Walton Beach Vikings. Northview up big. First game right here, 33-6 in the fourth quarter over Holmes County. Crestview 34-21 over Choctaw. And right now, Navarre 17, Pace 7 in the third quarter.
So those are some of the other games happening here tonight in Northwest Florida. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second half, and we're hoping to talk to Coach Clayton and see what he told his team at halftime from Gulf Breeze. We'll be right back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We are back, and you can see the halftime clock there is sitting at about 2.5 minutes, and both teams are back on the field, so we'll be getting rolling here in just a couple of minutes, I am sure. Jeff, we're hoping to talk to Coach Clayton, and what does he tell his team down 35-7 at the half? How do you keep them focused?
I don't think he's going to have a problem with that. I think this is a team that understands who they are at this point. They understand they haven't had a whole lot of practice. They're trying to find their identity. I think that's big. When you talk about Gulf Breeze, now when you look at Milton, this is a team that has been building for quite some time. You know, Coach Clayton always has a saying, we don't rebuild, we reload. And I know people may not believe it. They'll look at the score and say, yeah, right, what I'm about to say. But Coach Clayton, I really believe that. I think he's got some talent out here. Rylan McCurdy has shown us flashes how good he is. Troy Coughlin, I believe the running back, he's looked good too. The offensive line has pushed around at times this big vaunted defensive front that, remember, being led by Marquise Robinson up there. If you're Gulf Breeze, you can't panic. I mean, I know it's week one, but remember, this is something that the new season, everybody makes the playoffs. So at this point, if you're Gulf Breeze, it's okay. Yeah, you don't want to come here and get embarrassed week one, but you know what? You're preparing for the playoffs. So remember, this is going to be, look, this is a gut check. This is a pride check for them.
The fact that everyone makes the playoffs is really interesting. It's quite the spin because, all of a sudden it's like you can treat the entirety of the regular season as sort of practice games because it doesn't really matter until you get going. So you go 0-7, you go 0-8. It's like, okay, good. We learned a lot. Now let's go get it done. It's very interesting that one of the reactions this year is that every team will make the playoffs. I can see that they're working with Coach Clayton now, so he's not yet with our crew, but it looks like he's on the way, so I do think we're going to get a chance to talk to him. There you can see Coach Lee is still pumping his team up. And don't forget, this, as we said moments ago when Jeff gave you those scores, this is not the only game happening tonight. Prep football final with the great Dan Shugart and Steve Nissom. It's a staple of high school football in Northwest Florida, has been for, gosh, I bet it's more than 20 years, maybe 25 at this point. It's so good. I look forward to watching it. And we'll see highlights from across all of Northwest Florida, and I'm looking forward to that tonight. Jeff, I know you are too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we're getting Coach Clayton on right now. Coach Clayton, can you hear me?
Got you.
Hey, Jeff Price here up in the booth. Look, obviously down 35-7. It's not fun. And this is, you played quarterback here. This is your alumni. You have a lot of pride. Your team showed flashes of being able to push these guys around a little bit, but when you're down like that, what do you tell the guys in the locker room?
Man, we got to keep competing. You got two choices right now. You can quit and dig your head in the sand and go into protection mode, or you can come out and compete. I believe we got a bunch of competitors right now. We challenged them in the locker room to come out in the second half and fight and compete, and I believe that's what we'll get.
Well, Coach, I'm not going to hold you up any longer. We sure appreciate your time, and good luck in the second half.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Coach Bobby Clayton, Gulf Breeze head coach, who, said kind of what you would have expected him to say to his team, who's down really big. And frankly, you never say never, but it seems unlikely Gulf Breeze comes back, especially since Milton looks so good. So given the fact that they're down that big, but they keep playing, and the fact that, as you said moments ago, everybody makes the playoffs this year, it really does just become a matter of what do we need to get better at tonight? What do we need to get better at this quarter, this drive? And it all kind of mounts up to what happens in November.
Yeah, I think, and look, for people that don't know, once again, everybody makes the playoffs. And even if you go 0-8, guess what? You can be hosting the first round playoff game, second round playoffs at home if you win. I mean, it's crazy to think that's 2020 at this point.
Yes,
but that's
right.
just the world we live in.
Exactly.
So you know what? You got to take that if you're a player. You don't want guys that are okay with being down 35-7, but understanding as long as we progress, as long as we continue to get better, guys, we're going to be all right. So, hey, you know what? We got a whole brand new second half. If you're Coach Clayton, I'm guaranteed he told these guys, look, it's 0-0. Let's go out and play some football.
Yep, it's 0-0, and the good news is if you're a Dolphin fan, they get the ball first, so they will receive, and Coughlin usually back there. Hear a whistle before we even get rolling here.
Somebody's offside.
We had a penalty on the first play from scrimmage in the first half, and I didn't think it could be beaten, but it has been. Now we've got a penalty on the kickoff in the second half.
Good start for Gulf Breeze. How
That's
about
true.
it? There you go.
Yeah, that's just the break they needed.
Now, once again, Gulf Breeze, this is coming out here and win the half, win the quarter, win the play. I think for them, you just take it play by play. You've got to win this play. Don't worry about the next one. Let's take care of business. Once again, they've shown that they can hang with these guys. But a few mistakes here and there, and guess what? Milton took advantage of it. You know what? Oh, well. Move on. Let's go play.
So that was an offsides, and we're going to do that kick again. And Coughlin is back, still at about the goal line, so respecting that leg. And for good reason. That's a boot all the way down to about the 4. And return to about the 20-yard line.
I have been highly impressed with a lot of things, obviously, tonight for both teams, but I've been really impressed with the special teams play of Milton. People forget special teams a lot of times. You're talking about getting your offense or your defense ready. Special teams is going to win you the close ball games, and Milton has been on point tonight.
And, special teams, given that lack of practice, that's the sort of area where you can see some real holes. So it's especially impressive, I suppose, that it's looked so good.
Yeah, here we go. Gulf Breeze offense. I think, obviously if you're the defensive front, I expect, Milton's going to roll in some fresh bodies as we go along here. I haven't seen Marquise Robinson. We may not see him again. Be interested to see what happened. He went down with a head injury, it looked like. But nonetheless, if you're Ryland McCurdy, they need to find a way to open this offense up.
And don't forget, too, that once and if Milton goes up 35, we go to a running clock, and we've got a flag on the play. It's going to be a delay of game. So, that's the other thing. We're one score away, I think, from that clock rolling, which truly, it rolls during commercial breaks. It really and truly does roll right out.
Yeah, you look at Coach Clayton right there. He is not happy with his offense. As you see, behind both end zones, you got the play clock. You got 25 seconds in between, and coming out like that, you just cannot afford a 5-yard penalty.
No. So it's now 1st and 15. Run it right up the middle there. And
5-yard gain.
Yeah, 5 hard yards there.
That's extremely important. You talk about Malachi Mason. Good run, good push up front by that offensive line. I've been impressed with this offensive line for Gulf Breeze. Now, they've had a couple lapses, but you know what? You're going to have that when you have a big vaunted defensive front like these 3 defensive linemen. But overall, they got to find a way to gel up front.
2nd and 10 now. McCurdy looking to pass, and he does have a man. Oh, man. There were 2 or 3 chances to catch that for both sides. I thought all told it actually might land in Carson Hepworth's hands. It did not. It's going to be 3rd and long. Here's a look again.
Good job by Hepworth going up and trying to get the football. Even better job by Comontre Current right there, number 3, getting his hands up, almost getting the pick.
There, and finally there.
If you're Ryland McCurdy, though, let that big arm, throw that ball towards the sideline. Let your receiver continue to go on. Don't throw a jump ball up there, because I'll tell you what, you saw 2 bodies around it. That's what you're going to see from Milton.
3rd and long now, 3rd and 10 from the 22-yard line. McCurdy going to keep it, and he's got some running room, too.
That's a first down.
That sure is. Big gainer. That's a long first down. Hit at the end there hard, but inbound, so a fair hit and a big run from McCurdy. First down. Oh, a late flag just now comes in.
Yeah, I think that was helmet-to-helmet contact. It looked like Demontre Current hit him right there under the face mask. Let's check it out, though.
Jeff, I thought so, too, but the flag is 30 seconds after that. There it is.
That's helmet-to-helmet
like
right there.
And
Mr. Current, that's targeting.
Huh.
That's what they're giving it unsportsmanlike. So, okay, that makes sense. All right, so here we go. Here's the thing. Demontre Current coming up and making the hit. First off, Ryland McCurdy popped right up. Hats off, because that was quite the blow.
Yeah.
So, but again, though, Rylan McCurdy using his legs. It's not working downfield. They're covering it pretty well. Great job by the offensive line, allowing him some time to be able to take off and run like that. And Rylan McCurdy, this young man can play some football.
Yeah, no doubt. And a big shift to the field there after the big run and then the 15-yard penalty added on. It's now 1st and 10 on the other side down to the 43-yard line of Milton. So Gulf Breeze in business now. And you're right. If the Dolphins found a way to win the half, that would be a huge deal. Oh, a high snap and way over his head. And looks like Malachi Mason's going to try and make something out of nothing, but not able to do it. So just as the field was flipped, they have an enormous loss there as the snap was just way over his head, Jeff.
Yeah, interested to see the nose tackle lined up. Can't see it right there from our view, but if that had something to do with a high snap. We know Milton's been doing some slants up front. Look, I don't know what it was. Regardless, that just can't happen. I mean, you're starting, once again, we've seen this, though. This is what I'm talking about. We've seen flashes where Gulf Breeze has been good, and then there's just one play that takes it all away.
I'm trying to do the math. It's second down and about 40. It looks
long and long?
Yeah, there you go. Here's Carson Hepworth on the sweep. He's not going anywhere. It's going to be 3rd and about 40.
Great tackle right there by number 5, Dalton Porter. Carson Hepworth, though, look, you're just not going to outrun these guys to the edge. This defense for Milton is very athletic. They have a lot of speed up front. They can do a lot of different things, give you a lot of different looks. That secondary, I think, is a work in progress right now. But you know what? I think they rely on that front 7 to get the pressure.
So I actually think, to do the math, I think it's about 35. I think it's 3rd and 35. Forgive me, folks.
No, go for it. I'm not giving it a shot.
McCurdy's just going to roll out, and he does have his man there, and that's a reception to Troy Coughlin. Nowhere near a first down, obviously. Got to think they're going to punt here, Jeff, on 4th and about 25.
I don't know. I mean, looks like they're going to stay out there. And you know what? At this point,
well, I mean, I get it.
It's forever. I agree with you 100%.
Your punting game needs help too, you know.
There they go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because it's just way too far. You get if it's 3rd and 10,
right?
You get a shot, but it's 4th and what, 25?
Yeah, it's closer.
It's
to 25,
close, you know. So, yeah.
And again, if it doesn't work out, then all of a sudden Milton's just poised to score again, and here comes that running clock we talked about. So they're going to punt. We think they did fake it at the very beginning of the game.
Fake this one.
And we got to
delay a game, I believe.
Yeah, another one. We've seen a lot of those.
We have seen a ton. But you know what? That also goes with the lack of practice for teams as well. You get in there, and when you get in practice, you start scrimmaging. You've got coaches with clocks, and they're counting down. You start to get, as a quarterback, as special teams, as everybody out there, you get that clock in your head where you don't even need to look at the clock anymore. You understand when there's about 5 seconds left. But once again, week 1, everybody makes the playoffs. Just get better. Just get better. Boy, playoffs are going to be wild this year.
Yeah, no doubt.
Going to be wild this year.
All right, here we go.
Good punt.
It's Cunningham back to field the punt. He's not going to even try. It is a very good punt.
Really good punt. They needed that.
Yeah.
There's a flag on the field, though. See if we got holding, or what do we have here?
Well, Milton may make him punt it again, although maybe not up 35-7. See Mark Humphreys there.
Big game, Mark Humphreys.
Yeah, Bill Boardman, Terry Andre, Michael Taylor, Canella Surlis, Jeffrey Fruworth, and Bill Shara. K. Shara.
Is it Shara or Shira?
I don't know, but I'm trying to do the K. Shara thing, so you have to let me.
I know. You're excited.
Might be Shira.
You were excited before the game, too.
I know. I wrote that joke 6 weeks ago. I get a list of all referees so I can write my jokes.
It's a little creepy.
It's the one thing I do.
That and 80s movie references you're always on point with. You did some good ones last year.
Well, it's what I do. I'm a child of the 80s. Don't you forget about it.
Who is it? You Cat High kids.
Catholic High School. Class of 92, I might say.
Who is this against? I just want somebody to make the call here. Here we go.
Finally.
Here we go. The tripping. Okay, wow. How about it? Tripping call on Milton.
It's kind of fun seeing the little tripping signal there.
Yeah, just what if you trip on the tripping
exactly.
call?
They got to come up with a better way to do that. They're asking for it.
Put it in front. Don't put it behind.
Seriously. Although a veteran like Mark Humphreys can
he's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, it's nothing to him. Oh, so now it's only 4th and 35, so.
It's not 4th and 35.
No, it's less than that. You're right.
It's 4th and what, 15?
4th and 15. So now it would make sense to maybe just throw it down and see what happens, but they're not going to.
Nope. Well, then we'll see.
Right.
They've already had one fake punt.
It's Dixon Peak is the punter. Had a great one a minute ago. Do it again.
That's
another good one.
That's a good one.
Really good.
Get down there. Cover it.
Gonna get a good bounce, too.
Nice. Great job.
Pinned him back to the 10-yard line. Well done, Dixon.
Well done, young man.
Very good.
Well done.
With 8:26 to play here, it's Friday Night Rivals. Milton will take over on their own 10-yard line. We're going to go to break. Stay with us.
Watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals. Presented by Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
We're back. Here we are in the third quarter with about 8.5 to play, and this has been a very good night for Milton, and they're looking to make it an even better night as we're going to start right now. Nice little pass. Going to be a pickup of about 8 for Lamonte Cunningham, who's had a big night. You know, we were talking earlier, Jeff, about the those in the running for player of the game, and I'd say he's one of them, though we do have a flag on the play. This may be coming back. But he's had a big night.
Yeah, he has. Did you see the AV club meeting over there, or the defense of Milton, under the 10?
I did see that.
Checking out the film right there, little AV club. Okay.
So the gain there comes back. And it is worth noting because we're only a Milton score away again. But if they were to score a touchdown and complete that extra point, going up 35, we would move to a running clock, which literally doesn't stop. Even last year when it happened a couple of times, it
just doesn't stop. Even on timeouts.
Well, yeah, timeouts, commercial breaks.
Yeah.
It ends the game pretty quickly when it happens. So, and it could at any moment with Milton's big offense and big players. They could strike even from back on their own 1-yard line, which is where they find themselves right now.
Better be careful right here. Boy, Cole Priest could use a safety.
Yep.
Oh, they had it too.
That's a big gain too. Look at this, still on his feet. That is, he's still running. Big play, my goodness. That's Lamonte Cunningham all the way out to the 33-yard line. That's a 32-yard gain.
And I tell you what, when you go back and look, watch this replay. Watch up the front. 44, boom. Who is that? Number 8. Goodness gracious, when you talk about Julian McCulley, the man that had the unfortunate penalty earlier in Seth Horton. They had an opportunity because that A-gap was wide open, son, and they could not make the tackle. And that's kind of been Gulf Breeze's night tonight.
Huge play there for Lamonte Cunningham. So all sorts of breathing room now for Milton at the 1st and 10 from long and long. Buchanan would love to get rid of it here. He's in some trouble, and he's going to throw it away.
Boy,
and
there it is again.
For the second time tonight, he tried to throw it away, and it almost got picked off. It's like when you're trying to do an automatic walk in baseball, and you throw it too close, and they swing at it.
Yeah, I tell you what, and they about hit a home run on that one right there.
Exactly.
You cannot do that, Mr. Buchanan. How many times are you going to learn? Michael Sarinsky almost, and he was trying to throw it back towards the field. They had a man there. Throw it out of bounds. Throw it up there and make it a souvenir.
Yeah,
I mean, you're outside. You're good, young man. You're good.
I'll guarantee you Coach Lees is going to talk to him about that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they're going to cover that. That's an easy fix.
Yes, big time. He's got that big arm.
Yeah.
Let it fly. He's a heck of a baseball player. Let it fly.
2nd down and 10 now. Breeze showing blitz here. Buchanan's got a man wide open and another big gain.
Raymond Cottrell.
Who else?
Boy, he just ran. Oh, boy, he ran over Caleb Jackson.
And then stared at him, too, I think.
Yeah, Caleb Jackson. Don't approach Mr. Cottrell with caution because he is not coming at you with caution. He is unbelievable for a sophomore.
Has offers from Auburn, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Florida State. He's a 10th grader, folks.
Yeah, 10th grade. He's still growing. I don't even think he can drive once again. So, hey, hats off.
He may one day have someone driving for him.
Yes, he will.
First and 10. Another gain there, running right up the middle. Was that Cunningham again?
Terrell Brooks Yarborough.
Oh, okay.
You never know. I mean, that's a 1-2 punch for those guys.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. This Milton team has depth.
They're good, man. They are. They're a good team.
I mean, Terrell Brooks Yarborough starts for majority of teams, but he's sitting there splitting time on this Milton team, and if you're a Milton fan, you got to love it.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. 2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard gain. Right at the 40. That's Comantre Current. We've heard from him a few times tonight.
Yes, we have. Offense
It's
and
like
defense.
another 1st and 10 from long and long.
Michael Sarinsky right there for Gulf Breeze. He's one of the big leaders for them on defense. They had their work cut out for them. But once again, this Gulf Breeze team, it's all about Coach Clayton. He's already talked about it, trying to find out the identity of his team.
We've got a timeout on the field here. Looks like a water break, and I think that's going to be a good moment for us here to take a quick break as well. It's Friday Night Rivals. We'll be right back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We are back, and they are masked up. Maybe not having the best night, Gulf Breeze Dolphins fans, but that's okay. They're glad to be here, it seems. We heard that from the principal at halftime. Not a great night for Gulf Breeze from the football point of view, but it's a real good night that football is back. And loss of a yard or two, I think, on that play, Jeff.
Number 1, Michael Sarinsky.
Yeah, it's just the fact that we're out here playing football means a ton to everybody at this point. Parents can tell you the same thing. As fans, look, we're fans up here in the booth. We love watching these kids go out and play football. We're blessed to be able to have the opportunity to call it. And
listen, I was texting with our producer Daniel Hemme all summer, and what have you heard? Are we going to do it? Do we know? And of course, it was a whole lot of don't know yet. How could you? So yeah, I agree. We're here, and that's a good thing. 2nd and 8. A lob pass over the middle there, and that's going to be another nice gain, though not enough for the 1st down. They're going to be about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Yeah, Nathan Wright right there getting his first touch of the game. Once again, Milton getting some new guys in the ball game here. Gulf Breeze, hey, you know what? We talk about playing for pride. You know that there's a running clock if they score right here. So this is more about, hey, you know what? You're not going to get that on us.
Yeah, you don't want that.
That young man right there, number 1, Michael Sarinsky. That's if you watch him all night long, you look at the score, you think it's different, but he is not taking a play off.
So it is now 3rd and 2 or 3 from about the 25. They're going to run this up the middle, and it's going to be close to the 1st down. Yeah, I think he may have it.
Yep, looks like he's got it. That's Lamonte Cunningham right there.
That's a long and long 1st down.
And this is where that big offensive front, those big buffet busters like I talked about before, this is where they wear on you. They lean on you on that defensive line for Gulf Breeze. You're getting almost to the 4th quarter. Conditioning is playing a role. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. You haven't gone out here. You haven't had the pads on for a month or a month and a half like they're used to in July. So, you know what? It's going to tell a tale.
Well, and Jeff, I mean, even when you're completely conditioned, this time of the game, you're going to tend to get a little tired.
Wow.
Ooh, nice little spin move there. Wow, what a play. Holy cow. That's Lamonte Cunningham. He was in some trouble in the backfield. Video game style. Spun right out of it. Check it out.
Mash the circle button. Whoa, oh my goodness, where are you going, young man? Michael Sarinsky, goodness gracious.
That was awesome.
I tell you what, and Sarinsky's coming in for the big-time blow. You can't blame him right there. Just, hey, hats off. Great job by Cunningham.
That's another long 1st down. It is now 1st and goal from the 10. They keep making it hard on themselves with these 1st and goals. 3rd time tonight, Milton's had 1st and goal from the 10. I like 1st and goal from the 2. Buchanan, those got his man, and it's not going to be a problem. I think they're going to get in the end zone. Touchdown. There is a flag that just came down.
That is Will Weekley, by the way.
But and to finish the thought from earlier tonight, Will Weekley, it was confirmed, is Boo Weekley related to Boo Weekley? I don't remember exactly how. But,
Did you say it was his cousin? Is it his cousin?
Let me go back and look at my text string. Boo Weekley, of course, the tremendous golfer of note, played on the PGA Tour, had a few wins under his belt, big time. The pride, one of the many prides, I should say, here.
Yeah.
Santa Rosa County.
What do we got here, Mr. Humphreys?
Will Weekley is Boo's cousin.
Oh, that's going to go against the Panthers. Oh, both sides. Okay.
So it is a touchdown.
Touchdown. Mr. Will Weekley.
Yep.
Boo's got to be happy. Boo's watching tonight. How about it?
Yep.
Once again, though, I mean, Tyler Buchanan looked good. You saw that right there. That's our Sim Performance Materials touchdown on our Peden Heating and Air Conditioning instant replay. Nice touch pass.
So here's Casey Padgett, and let me tell you, this is a big extra point because I think it defines whether or not we have that running clock. You look for interesting little stories, Jeff.
Gotta get the block here for Gulf Breeze.
It's up, and boy, he's got a good leg.
Yep, and he does not miss.
No, and that's good, and it is now 42-7. So there was a brief time there in the first quarter when it felt like this game might be tied. It was 14-7, but it's been all Milton after that. We're going to be right back, folks.
Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We are back. It's Milton versus Gulf Breeze, and we are live in Gulf Breeze. It's Friday Night Rivals. Man, are we glad to be back. The game isn't as good as we'd hoped. This has been a big one for Milton tonight, leading it now 42-7, and I believe we're about to go to the running clock. Well, you can see the clock is ticking right now, so it's definitely at this point a running clock, but that doesn't mean things stop. Not just yet. We've still got some football to play, and you know Gulf Breeze is going to keep doing everything they can to make this, to get whatever they can out of it, Jeff.
We've said it. It's pride. It's coming out here. I mean, you're down 42-7. You've been hit in the mouth left and right. And you've taken some right hooks. You've taken some uppercuts. You've taken some body blows.
Oh, my gosh. This is, Jeff, I'm sorry. This isn't boxing. I just...
wait a minute.
This is so embarrassing.
It looks like a boxing match out there. It really has. It's, hey, you know what? Roy Jones Jr., how about that? Pensacola in the house. It's looked like one of his boxing matches, and he's Milton right now. So, hey, I tell you what, for Gulf Breeze, how are you going to take these body blows? You're going to come back. Coach Clayton said at halftime, you guys just want to quit, put your head in the sand, which, by the way, perfect Gulf Breeze reference. Right. You're going to put your head in the sand. But, hey, that's what it's about. So they've played well tonight, but they got to find a way to put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's like I'd say they've played as well as possible against a Milton team that seems
just look good.
Well, I mean, Jeff, they were 5-5 last year. The year before that, they were
3-7.
3-7. So they do feel like a team on the rise. What you have to be careful of is, are they as good as they look? Is Gulf Breeze maybe not as good, and that's why it's a little one-sided? Or is Milton going to be a team to be reckoned with all year?
I think Milton has been building for a few years now, and look, you finally got that quarterback situation. You've got depth at just about every position. Once again, we haven't seen Marquise Robinson, but if he's healthy, this team on defense is as good as anybody in the area.
2nd down and 7 now. Oh, nice tackle there. It's Troy Coughlin on the catch. Who made that tackle, Jeff?
It's like that is number 6, Will Weekley.
Will Weekley.
Scoring the touchdown and coming out and making tackles, playing Ironman football.
Yeah, name keeps coming up.
Who's happy?
Yeah, another name that carries some big-time weight here in Santa Rosa County. Love it. 3rd down and now about 4, I would submit.
Will Boo let him wear his jacket? Not trying to stir up anything there, Mr. Weekley.
Oh, it's a drop snap there. McCurdy is able to get it, but he's not going anywhere. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, once again, 3rd, and you got an opportunity at 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 right there. Regardless, you have a good play, but just drop a snap, and that's just, once again, it's been Gulf Breeze's night tonight. But looks like they're going to send the punting unit on there. A little surprised. I actually am surprised they're going to punt the football.
Well,
I get it. I do.
Yeah,
I get you're on that side, but
it turns into 49-7 before you know it. And I agree.
You haven't been able to stop them on offense.
But let me ask you this, though. Isn't there something to saying, okay, let's just pretend it's 0-0. What would we do in a real situation? Because that's what we need to get better at.
You're absolutely right.
You need to say that more often. Low snap, well handled, and a great punt again.
Nobody back there for Milton?
Thought it was going to get a better bounce than that.
There you go.
Fielded at about the 47-yard line. That's where Milton's going to take over.
Well, here you go. If you're Milton, you're trying to build. At this point, you obviously know it doesn't look like you're going to come back and win this ball game.
That seems unlikely.
It's just, it really, when you look here on defense, so we're building towards next week. I know Milton has pace next week, so Milton is gearing up. They're getting ready. But when you look for Gulf Breeze going on to play next week, you got to build. I mean, this is, once again, Coach Clayton. He is anybody that has talked to Coach Clayton, anybody that's been around this program, knows he's a fiery guy. And I believe Gulf Breeze has Navarre next week, so they want to get ramped up and ready for that game. So here you go. You want to stay healthy, obviously, but you guys got to find some fight. And that's what Coach Clayton, look, they've made some bonehead mistakes tonight, made some, killer penalties, obviously. But you got to cut the turnovers out. You got to find a way to be able to throw the football down the field. We saw it early. We saw Rylan McCurdy attack that secondary, and we hadn't really seen it lately. You know why? Because Milton has made their adjustments as well and ramped up the pressure. But when you want to be a good team, once again, remember, everybody makes the playoffs, so you just got to figure these things out. Rylan McCurdy, though, I will give him credit. He has looked good tonight, but this Gulf Breeze defense, they got to get a little grit about them.
So the fourth quarter is now about to start. Remember, because of that running clock, the quarter ended, and now the fourth is about to begin. So welcome to the fourth quarter, 42-7.
How about
the
it?
Clock just keeps on ticking. And listen, it's great that they have the running clock. Like, the last thing you want is more people on the field and somebody gets injured in a game that at this point is 35 points and maybe just going to keep building. So it's a great rule.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I mean, you're just down big. But look, we got a new quarterback in here. Emory Williams coming in for the Panthers. We got a flag.
And right away hits Shedrick Carnegie. I like that.
Absolutely.
See what the flag was, though.
Well, for Tyler Buchanan, heck of a night. Did well. Made a couple mistakes, obviously, but none that cost your team big.
Absolutely. No, he looked terrific. And, with a guy like Raymond Cottrell out there, that helps, and they looked like a great tandem, and that is a penalty against Milton.
Personal foul.
So.
Yeah. Here we go. Our heating and air conditioning instant replay right there.
That's that late one right there. I think how he came. Oh,
yep,
no,
comes
it was
in and
that
shoves
right there.
It's just what is the point?
Yeah, why?
And Coach Lee's that stuff. Look, he's looking for things to talk about on film. That's one.
That's the kind of thing you're going to run for on Tuesday.
Bear crawls. Anybody's played football? You're talking about bear crawls with pads on. Oh my goodness.
That doesn't sound any fun at all.
No, it is not. And
although
it's basically
my favorite dessert.
Oh, bear claw.
Oh, bear claw. Sorry.
There you go. God, I'm getting hungry. The DQ off
it's
in the distance.
Visible, like literally visible.
Oh, how about it right there? Great play.
Yes.
Great play. They needed that. And once again, Seth Horton, he's had a good night tonight. He really has.
So backup quarterback Emory Williams in for Milton, and right away comes out, completes a pass, has a nice gain, but the personal foul knocks him back, and now he takes the big sack. So from a nice little start to, hey, this is a bummer. Let's get Buchanan back in here.
Yeah, but those are plays like that. If you're Coach Clayton on that defense, you're telling their guys, hey, look, high effort. That's what I love about his squad. They're never going to give up. Seth Horton coming in there, he's been playing hard all game. Big sack right there.
So big loss there, 2nd down and 20. I'm going to run this time right up the middle
Great
there.
Job.
And that's number 30 again, Shedrick Carnegie.
And we've still got, obviously, some starters on that offensive line. This is a lot of the starters for Milton. So it's not like this defensive front is going up against the backups. I mean, once again, this is what we saw from Gulf Breeze at times earlier on in the game, but we didn't see it enough. So the potential is there. And I know a lot of people don't like that word potential, but I do. I think it's important moving on because when you go back and you watch film, you're sitting in the film room, you're going to pick apart, obviously, the negative things, but at the same time, you got to take the positives when you're getting beat 42-7. When you got Navarre coming here next week, you've got to be able to move forward.
So now 3rd and really long. Said that a lot tonight. Looks like 3rd and about 22, I would submit. Williams going to drop back. And it's a good pass.
Yeah. Michael Sarinsky, great job breaking the pass up right there.
The intended receiver was Zaylen Long, not able to bring it in, and that'll bring up 4th down, and it looks like the Dolphins will get the ball back.
And like I said, I mean, I'm not going to beat a dead horse on this, but you've got to take positives like that. I mean, your defense is out there fighting. They could easily just give up. But once again, they're playing high energy. I know it's some of the backups are in, some of them aren't. A lot of that Milton starting offense is in there. When you look at that offensive line, that's the original offensive line. So for Gulf Breeze, you're building on next week.
And everybody makes the playoffs. So really, everything's about that. High snap, well fielded, big punt.
That's Camontre Current. He's a punter. Let's go, young man.
That's a great punt.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that's the last punter you want to come rushing up on because he can take off on you.
So why don't we take a quick break as they change sides here with 7:47 on a running clock. It's Friday Night Rivals. We'll be right back.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
And we're back and we're ready for action. We're ready to wrap this thing up as Gulf Breeze has the ball and would love to get on the board one more time. They're trailing big, 42-7. They're going to throw right over the middle and, oh man, that's a good-looking pass. Intended receiver was number 9, Carson Hepworth. And they'll be intending him to receive passes, I think, all season long, Jeff.
All season long. I told you before last year, in the last couple of years, they had Sam Sharp. This is the same type of player right here. Carson Hepworth, good-looking kid, and a good kid, by the way, smart kid as well. Rylan McCurdy, hey, you know what? It's not a pretty pass, but it was a pass where only he could catch it. He had 2 guys draped on him.
2nd and 10 now. Not so good a pass that time.
Yeah, it's not going to cut it. And, once again, Rylan McCurdy, this young man is big arm, very athletic, like we talked about before. Doesn't look like it, but he is. And that's his Achilles. And Coach Clayton said it before. It's his accuracy. He's got to get a little bit better. Now, he's progressed from last year, but nonetheless, you can't miss wide open throws like that.
Yep. 3rd and 10 now. On the note of Carson Hepworth, I mentioned earlier, one of the many very talented Hepworth athletes here in Gulf Breeze. Randy Hepworth is his uncle, who was a member of that 1993 PJC, now PSC, National Championship basketball team. Great player. And speaking of, here's Carson Hepworth.
He heard you.
Yeah.
So what about me?
That's going to be a first down. Nice play there.
So you were a big basketball player.
Yeah, I played basketball. And as a matter of fact, Randy, who I was just talking about, Randy Hepworth, I played with Randy at Catholic. He was a senior when I was a junior. We played for Pete Penna, and who is now, of course, the head coach at PSC, as it all kind of comes together. But Randy was our point guard and did a great job for us. And we're going to take a break, folks, with 6 minutes to go. Stay with us. We'll tell you what the play of the game is, the player of the game, trophy presentation, a lot to come.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
And we are back, and clock now down to 6 minutes to go. As McCurdy going to try and keep that himself and get back to about the line of scrimmage.
Hey, we got a good game next week.
Let's hear it.
How about it? We got Escambia at Washington. Boy, you're talking about 2 teams last year. Of course, Washington 8-0 at one point after going 0-10. Escambia going to the state championship game and losing out, being runner-up. Boy, it's going to be a lot of fun. Those are 2 loaded teams.
Yeah, and pre-Sally, we were going to be at Washington tonight. But then Sally came, and Escambia County moved their games to Saturday, so we pivoted and did this. But I'm very glad we get to go see Washington play next week, because last year was such an incredible story. Coming off that season where they didn't have a win, and then they go 8-0 before a loss. That was just incredible. And remember, Jeff, for several weeks they didn't give up a point. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, really, really good. So I'm looking forward to next week.
And they went into week 4 without giving up a point.
Yeah, that was something else. As we're down to 5 minutes here, Gulf Breeze is moving just a skosh, trying to make something happen. As Coach Clayton talked about at halftime, you can't quit. You got to keep going. See what you can do. They're going to go to the end zone right now. Oh, just overthrew him a little bit. The intended was Seth Massey, and McCurdy just overthrew him by about 3 yards, it looks like.
Yeah, great coverage right there by Nazareth Neckason.
Mm-hmm.
How about it? Coming in there and making some good
names
plays
tonight.
By the way, a couple scores. Northview is up 39-6 on
How come you
Holmes
keep
County.
telling us Northview? You went there.
I'm just saying. They're winning. Navarre's up 17-7 in the 4th quarter against Pace. Baker is now final 32-15 over Taylor County. Crestview is now final 40-28 over Choctawhatchee. Niceville, another final 49-14 over Fort Walton Beach.
And that, all kidding aside, the Northview game is interesting because this is their first game, but the team they're playing, this is their 5th game.
Correct.
And still, they're coming out real good. Throws it over his head there. Hepworth not able to readjust his body enough to make that catch.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You call it how you see it, but boy, Gulf Breeze right now, you're seeing, obviously, you're down 42-7. You know this is probably, obviously, your last drive.
Yep.
Coach Clayton, you hate it. You really do. This is not how you pictured things, but at the same time, it's big because, like Coach Clayton said, he was interested to see tonight because he's trying to find out a lot about his team. These guys haven't had 2 weeks of practice yet.
And if you're just joining us, hoping to catch fumbled snap there. But wow, what an effort there from Troy
There it
Coughlin.
is. Look
oh
at
my
this.
gosh, what an effort this is.
I like this kid.
Wow, huge play there.
Troy Coughlin. I like this kid. I really like this running back. He's looked good tonight. You know, obviously the stat sheet won't really show it. 42-7, you know, you're going to look and say, yeah, right, but watch
Check this out. Just some real trouble here. Coughlin does not give up on it, finds himself a hole, and then says, hey, wait a minute. Just how they drew it up.
There you go. That's how it works. That's the Christian Garmin special.
2:45 to play now. It's 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. And, you know, again, Gulf Breeze with 42-14 looks better than 42-7. You know, they'd love to get in there.
You get a little momentum going into next week. Remember, they played Navarre, another big rivalry game.
Big rivalry, yep. First game I ever did up here in this booth was Gulf Breeze at Navarre, and the atmosphere was just awesome. Of course, it'll be a different atmosphere this year. Cross over the middle there, and a terrific pass. That's McCurdy finding number 15.
Brock Clayton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful pass right there. And look, it's simple. That's something you can build off going into next week. Simple little crossing pattern. Brock Clayton, good throw by Rylan McCurdy. And, hey, now you're on the doorstep. Look at the score.
2 minutes to go.
Second and short.
Second and short from the 10. First down gets to about the 8. McCurdy is going to throw it at the last minute there.
Job,
and
touchdown.
Sure enough, that's touchdown Gulf Breeze. So good for them. Touchdown is a Caleb Jackson.
That's an Ascend Performance Materials touchdown. You hear the screaming dolphin going down right there. I didn't get to hear it a whole lot tonight.
No, we haven't.
Quite the contraption they got going on.
Yeah, they scored in the first, and now they score here. And here's another look with the repeat replay.
RPO.
Yeah,
it's not there. I'm going to take off. Just kidding. Gotcha. Got the defense to bite and easy score.
He
and
got
boy, they
me.
needed it.
I thought for sure he was going to run it. He doesn't. It's a touchdown, and that'll make it 42 to extra points up and good, 42-14. And there you go. That does look better than 42-7. And like you said, maybe something to build on. Nice little drive there from Gulf Breeze. And don't forget the play moments ago from Coughlin on that fumbled snap that he was able to turn into about a 25-yard gain and set up that touchdown.
Yeah, once again, you've got some bright spots if you're Gulf Breeze. And, hey, hats off again. Milton has just played a pretty flawless game overall. And you know what? I didn't expect Milton to come out and look as good as they did. And I know a lot of people say, well, is that Gulf Breeze? Is that them struggling, or is it Milton? I think you got to give credit to Milton. I really do. I think that Coach Lee's had those guys ready to play today. And for Coach Clayton, look, it's back to the drawing board. But once again, plays like that, a drive like that, when you could have easily just sit there and run the football or make some bad plays, whatever, make some penalties, and let's go in.
And I don't think we're going to get another play because the clock has just continued to run. It's down to 18 seconds, and I'm not sure we're even going to see a kickoff here.
No, I don't think so either.
No. Gulf Breeze is lining up, but Milton's not even on the field, and why would we? Let's not risk it. Yep. Let's let it happen.
We gone.
Yep. So a big win tonight, 42-14 for the Milton Panthers. That will wrap it up. You can see the team's heading out to the field to shake hands. And Jeff, you said it on the way over when you and I drove here together. You said it in our intro, and we'll say it again now. Milton is making a statement tonight. Milton may be a team to reckon with this season.
Yeah, I mean, just as good as you could look. And once again, for Gulf Breeze, hey, you know what? Big rivalry game. Both these teams got rivalry games next week. You see Coach Lee's and Coach Clayton right there. But going to be a lot of fun. And, you know what? We got an exciting game as well.
Yeah, that's right. Looking forward to Escambia at Washington. And we will, of course, here in just a moment be there. You can see Coach Clayton and Coach Lee's congratulating each other and saying, we'll see you next time. But we will be presenting a trophy here in just a moment, of course, as we do every time. We're doing a little different, as we've been talking about. If you watch this show regularly, if you're a football fan and enjoy Friday Night Rivals, we usually have a sideline reporter, but not this year. But nonetheless, we're going to present that trophy coming up next. Stay with us. And we are back. It is final in Gulf Breeze. Milton 42, Gulf Breeze 14. So glad you are with us as many folks are starting to file out. The Milton coach, the Milton team has not done that yet because we still have a little bit of business. And joining us right now, there you can see, is Coach Harry Lee's coach. This is Christian Garmin, Jeff Price from the press booth. Congratulations on a very impressive performance.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm pleased with the way our guys came out, and they we didn't know what to expect, and I'm just glad that we came out on the good end for sure.
Coach, that was going to be the one question I wanted to ask you is, I know you didn't get the prep time you normally would get, and even under normal circumstances, you never know in week one exactly what you're going to see. What did you see tonight? Anything surprise you on the positive side from your team?
Well, I mean, we had some guys really step up and make plays. I mean, we knew we had playmakers, but you just never know what it's going to do in this live action because we've kind of gone against each other here for just a little bit. But, I'm real proud of the way our guys stepped up and played.
Well, you should be, Coach. It was a very big win and a very good night for you guys. So with that in mind, we are going to now present you with the trophy. It's the Friday Night Rivals trophy to you.
Big up, Breeze!
Congratulations, Coach.
That's why he's my favorite there. That's why he's my favorite.
Listen, that's a great feeling, Jeff, to come into Gulf Breeze. All right, can we cut their mic? To come into Gulf Breeze and get a big win like that. So congratulations to Coach. And now let's talk about, we've got our player of the game, our play of the game. Let's get into that. And I don't think we have any surprises here, Jeff.
No, it depends on how you want to look at it. But our player of the game, Raymond Cottrell right here. Look at this. I mean, what a great night. I mean, he had 3 touchdowns on the night. He looked good. This is a sophomore, by the way. They got an offer to Florida State in 8th grade. He's already got Power 5 offers, and I'm talking about the big boys.
That was
Auburn,
a great pass right
Alabama,
there.
Georgia, teams like that. And he's going to get plenty more. He's only in 10th grade.
No doubt. So Raymond Cottrell, who is so talented, is our player of the game. He had all sorts of highlights. Why don't we, Jeff, take a look at our play of the game?
Hey, how about it? Well, you may know this guy that we're about to talk about right here. Look at him, number 4, Mr. Raymond Cottrell. How about it? Look at that big play.
Boom.
That's the first touchdown for him, and why we chose that one, that's kind of where it all started. I know Gulf Breeze came back. It was 14-7, but there was a lot of that tonight from that number 4.
That was the tone setter. I know I said, what did I say, Cottrell all night, and it's Cottrell? I'll get it right before the season is done.
We'll figure it out. Hey, week 1, we got our own mistakes up here.
No doubt. Well, congratulations to he and the entire team on a very big win on the road tonight. The final score, Milton 42, Gulf Breeze 7. It was our first night for Friday Night Rivals. We're so glad to have been here. And, of course, don't forget tonight at 11 o'clock on Channel 3, right after Channel 3 News at 10, which is an hour-long show. You've got the great Dan Shugart, Steve Nissom, bringing you all the highlights, not only from this game, but from the action up and down Northwest Florida. It is a great sports staple here as prep football finals, something I look forward to every single week. And then next Friday night, we're going to be at Washington. It's going to be Escambia versus Washington. Jeff, should be great.
Yeah, Coach Mike Bennett, obviously last year making the title run, came up a little bit short. Washington and Coach Tommy Joe Whitten, they're excited with their staff as well. It's going to be quite the barn burner.
Can't wait to see it. Hopefully you will join us. That again 1 week from tonight right here on WFGX. It's Friday Night Rivals. He's Jeff Price. I'm Christian Garman on behalf of all of the Friday Night crew who got here early to bring the game to you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend and a great week ahead.
Intercepted by number 3, Demontre Carson.